Boom.
Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Yes, Ena in the wings, Ena na na on the reverse lurk there, and you know it. Honoured Ena and the Ming in the room from the off, and you know it. Ena not messing about tonight. Yes, Mingy, me old mucker. Yes, Joe, 24th, what you saying, last 8th season? That's what the girls say. Any chance of you blowing the load? He's an easy rider. Yes, War Piglet, what's good, big man? Yes, yo, here we go. Get that badger in and on and over here. We had to move back to get his greatness in. Still looking for them Brighton tickets. I'll keep my earlobes open, War Piglet. But everybody I currently know is either going or have dished their ticket off. But there's sometimes on final couple of moments, there's sometimes some in West Ham that come up. But I think there's quite a few. The ones that I can normally get in West Ham are from Danish lads and stuff, which obviously is a bit more of an effort for them to get over. But I think they're all coming over for the last 8 seasons, so we might be struggling a little bit, War Piglet. But if you're up anyway, you'll have a bash, won't you? I will do my best, genuinely, to get something sorted. The last 8 season, Joe, we're on about the proud sponsor. I must add as well. Yes, indeed. Let's get this last day of the season sorted. Mingy, and you know it. That's Joe Depp. That's the last 8 season we're on about. We're all going to meet for a couple of beers and watch the old game. And if I get ditched, I'll be devastated because I'm turning down a West Ham away ticket for it. So, although to be fair, after Spurs, I could do without the travel because I would say I'm only just recovering from it. It was absolutely hellacious, that journey back. It took, I don't even know how many hours it took because I can't ever sleep on the coach, but I was like head down, get some kip on the way. I just thought if I don't sleep I'll die. So I made the mistake of going out on Sunday with Steve, the lad that gets me tickets, and it can suck, can blow. But to be fair, I wrote him off. So I thought he wrote me off on Sunday night, but he were a write-off on Monday. So to be fair, it classed as 1-1. We got to Boozer near Tottenham, and he were Dion Dublin struggling, to say the very least. So I managed to, but I oiled him up good and proper. But yeah, it was a mint game, to be fair. It wasn't a mint atmosphere. Spurs, they're certainly not trying to drag themselves out of the muck, the cockwombles. Certainly not trying to drag themselves out of anything, because there was zero atmosphere there at all, and they crumbled pretty much straight away. As soon as we got on top, really. I thought they had a decent enough first half, to be fair. They do have an individual quality, don't they? Like that Tell goal, that is a good goal. But I thought we were unlucky, really, towards end, although I did think I thought Metcha was a little bit silly on that pen. I'm happy for it not to be given a pen, but I did think when he's dangling a foot in. I know they go on about, strikers, it's a strikers challenge and stuff, but how long do we go along with that for? Another 50, 60 years before somebody says, I've had enough of these strikers challenges. Can't we get to a place where it's like, no, stop dangling. They're always like insanely stupid challenges as well, aren't they? They're not dumb challenges where sometimes they go sliding in, flailing in, but I remember Rodrigo when he did it against Liverpool in penalty for last minute and that, and then Metcha just flicking a toe out, and it's just like, oh, I know it's instinctive, but just that is what they get paid the money for, in my opinion. They can all miss a penalty, they can all misplace a pass, misplace a shot, miss a one-on-one, even fuck up as a defender on ball or as a goalkeeper, mistakes. But dumb shit like that is just like, oh no, you've thrown it. I'm still unbeaten on road though in league, boy, and you know it. Hey up, Jack, says Dazzler 15. How's your swinging, wild child? Let's hope the Cockwombles can get over the draw in their cup final against the Mighty Whites. Fuck 'em any road. Get up, brother, and you know it, Dazzler 15. Appreciate you, my brother. Yeah, the Cockwombles hopefully continue to falter. I do slightly worry about the old Crystal Palace, but because we're actually, we could potentially finish on 50 points, just having another little gander here. 50 points had put us ninth. Obviously, Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea can't win a game for love nor money at minute, and Everton are indifferent as well. To be fair, that teams we're chasing. But it'd be nice to finish on similar points to Brett's Sunderland, wouldn't it? Or get past Newcastle, and every place really does count, doesn't it? We're having a bit of an argument not an argument. It was a good chat on the bus on the way down, or maybe in pub when we got there. I can't remember, but regardless, it was a good chat. How much per position is it? I will look it up, but I don't want to cheat for now because we were sort of discussing. A few lads thought it were 1 million, then a few lads thought it was 3 million, and then people did the cop out and went sort of in between. So I'm hoping it's even more than 3 million. But when you do actually put it down like that, I know it's peanuts in the grand scheme of things, but every little helps, doesn't it? And you might as well. I also think it's. Oh, my fucking mouse has gone. I also think it's better for players coming in. Genuinely, we're going to be talking a lot, obviously, in coming weeks out about who's coming in. Because now we are a Premier League season for the second year on bounce. But there'll be loads of players that are loosely looking at the Premier League, and if we finish 12th with a really good end to the season, really borderline unbeaten for months, I do think that the players will be a little bit more like, no, I can get behind the project if they're saying we're pushing for Europe. Whereas if you've just survived, it's like, I know it's taken us 3 games to end the season, but if we finish 13th, 14th, it doesn't look like we've just survived, does it? We haven't just survived either, have we? With 3 games to go, and we could potentially finish on 50 points. Brighton will obviously be tricky, but West Ham on last day, you'd have to back us really, unless people want to throw it in to get Spurs down, which I'm up for. Oh, get up, Joe. It'd be mint if you could, brother. Absolutely ace. Yeah, toast, we're off to out with Mingy. Yes, indeed. Should be in and about for a swally on Saturday. Yes, War Piglet, certainly, sir. I'm at a barbecue on Saturday. It's the game's Sunday though, isn't it, War Piglet? Are you out on Sunday for a few? I could potentially meet you on Saturday night before I go to work, to be fair. Somerville plays the same position as Okafor, says Rich Walker on the Beach FC. Well, it's a bit of a joke, to be fair, Rich Walker, because there is some crazy rumours floating around that Somerville's been banging Bowen's missus, Bowen's bird. So I thought, Somerville's the better option than Bowen, which I actually thought was quite funny and humorous of me and rather gossipy. But we're not here for some serious stuff, are we? So gossip is what we deal in, and it's what everybody else deals in. But everybody else won't touch it, and if that is to be true, I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna love it. It's gonna turn into like Love Island, is this show? I'll tell you right here, right now. So hopefully we've got a bit of dirt on Bowen, and then bring both Summerville and Bowen in next year when West Ham go down, and then let it flail. Actually, don't let it flail at our club. No, we don't want it. We don't want it at our club. No, pick one at other. Yes, Lukey boy, what's good, my man? Evening, Jackie boy and the Happy Clappers. 1 week to go, lads. Just 1 week, and you know it, Brett. And then the big build begins, and you know it. Yes, Peter White, what's good, big man? Peter White in the building, my man. And once again, membership 99p. Stop being tight and get the name changed to green. Appreciate you, Brett. A loyal member. I believe the only member from another club. Not that you're from another club, but you are ultimately, well, you are, right? You support another club. You know what I meant. There's no offence over here. You need to order some food for the half-time on the 24th. Everybody that is turning up on the 24th, you need to get in touch with Ming somehow, some way. So even if you leave a comment after an overlap or tweet me or something, we can get in touch. Because there's food on at half-time. Even though I think eating's cheating, Ming, but I'll let you off. Spam the badges. Yes, Jason Ellis, what's good, LUFC, my man? Get the badges in and on and over here. Get some badges up in this bitch. Oh my god, 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 oh my god. Get a beer popped open. Yes, Jimmy Sandwiches. One of the best names on YouTube, and you know it, and you know it. I can guarantee I won't be ditching. I'm in it for the long haul. Good lad, Brett. That's what we like to see. It's bank holiday as well. Oh my god, MVG. What's this? Oh, fucking hell, MVG. That is, that's terrible, dude. The super chat is ludicrous. But that's so sad, dude. Everybody give some love to MVG here. That's so bad, MVG. That's made me go all warm. Genuinely have to open window. Got a bit of a... Got me up. I can't, there's no words really, is there, to be fair, MVG. You're just as much a part of it as anybody, so you're a legend, mate. Well, you're the legendary, you're the 1, 2, 3, MVG. And I know everybody says it, but I genuinely mean it. If there's all anything we can do or anything, you know, do let me know. I know it's a lot to ask, but are you out on that Sunday? You know, I know you're probably not going to want to do alt, but very sorry to hear that, MVG. Everybody get some love in the chat for MVG, guys. Awful news. Awful. Yes, Limey. Pop bloody beer open and bloody badges in the house. My condolences, MVG. I'm going to... You're legendary. 1, 2, 3. Nobody do it how you does it. You know by now. If you don't know by now, you never knew MVG. We appreciate you, brother. I hope you're as well as you possibly can be. You bring the smiles as much as anybody. 78 RPM, thank you, dude. That's crazy man also. Cheers, 78, legend, mate. I'm fucking, that's got me red hot, MVG. I don't know what to, don't know how to move. Terrible news. Mingy on the organisation skills there. I got us a free table, but we have to eat. It's no problems, but just look on the website, Toast Leeds, and tell me what you want. I'll order a week before, as I've been asked. Yes, Mingy. Yes, BMG, appreciate you, big man. Absolutely, Ming. Yes, indeed. 100 likes tonight. War Piglet, yes. Get that rotisserie going. The underlappers. Redeem thyself and subscribe, and we might reveal the dildo. The dildo may very well be revealed. We could reveal the dildo tonight. It could be the night. Feels like the right type of night to reveal the dildo. We have been in the bottom 3 once this season. Survived with Farkas marching on together. Yes, indeed, 78 RPM. You know, and when we was in the bottom 3, there was an absolute meltdown going on, wasn't there? Which was... Again, I don't want to keep saying what I've been saying all season, but I thought we was prepared to be in... Sort of struggle a little bit this season at times. And then, you know... When we went into bottom 3, everybody, you know, absolutely shit the bed, so... Yes, Joe Depp, it's a boot. I've never been in the boozer, to be fair. MVG getting the love. Everybody slap some love in for MVG, please, guys. Bowen's bird ain't going back, and you know it. It's is it actually Danny Dyer's daughter that's... Danny Dyer daughter... Because didn't she go on Love Island, though? Bowen. Not that going on Love Island means a fucking thing, does it? But, yeah, it is. Let's see if we can get any dirt on this Bowen and Summerville beef. 2 hours ago. Did Crescencio Summerville sleep with teammate's partner? Teammate Jared Bowen's wife, Danny Dyer. A viral rumour surfaced online claiming West Ham's Summerville had an affair with teammate Jared Bowen's wife, Danny Dyer. Scroll down to find out the truth. I don't need to find out the truth. That's more than enough of the truth for me. Summerville has been at the centre of attention after recently collision with Ben White. Who cares about that? Where did the rumour... Shocking news coming out of the West Ham Facebook page this morning. I can't believe I'm having to put a disclaimer on this, but no, it didn't really happen. No, I'm not gullible. Yes, Arsenal still cheats. I don't know what that's about. He banged her as far as I'm concerned. I can't be too arse following this up. He banged her. Yes, BMG, gate up. Yo, yo, yo. Oh, Mingy. Mingy the man. Appreciate you, Mingy. You're fucking madhead though, aren't you? The West Coast Warlord, mate. Appreciate you, Mingy. Dearly. Extremely dearly, Mingy. Yes, Jason Ellis, my dude. Got your number 118. I'll message you when we get to the hotel, Jack. You know it, War Piglet. Do you remember 118? That was some advert, wasn't it, that? Tonight I'm prepared to add Brett's one player per country 11 to the poll, but only on one condition, that if it wins, Brett, you have to referee. Deal. Brett, are you in on that? How's the whip round going for my plane ticket, Jack? We're going to need more time out of BMG. Let's get this GoFundMe going, I think. How much notice do you need, BMG? Brett, I think Brett's willing to go in. Need a poll for AO. What's this week's 11, BMG? Let's have it. MVG getting the love. Still aiming for 11th and getting 10th. And you know it, as talks. Or A stalks. Been joking about it all season, all start of the season, aim for 10th, finish. I think I said, well, originally I was like, I think we'll finish around 11th. And then I think we started saying aim for 10th, finish 15th, because I was getting pressured by Joe Wayneman to say, I think we should just aim for 17th. So then I moved on to, we'll aim for 10th, finish 15th. Tried to bring the humour. But I really meant it. And now, now I'm fucking thinking we can finish 8th. Well, 9th. And we can't, but, well, we can, but we won't, but we might. He is, MVG's an absolute day dotter, Mingy, and you know it. So, MVG getting the love. Come on, Brett. Yes, indeed. It's MVG, Luke, but I'm sure it's appreciated. It's terrible, terrible news. Love the underlap. We are family. We hardly ever see. Exactly, yeah. It's better than, you spend a lot of time with work colleagues, don't you? I think it's on Office, actually, or something, but it says about, you all share the same carpet or whatever, and you'd never see each other in reality. But this is a bit different, isn't it? Because we don't share the same carpet, and, we'd all have a laugh in reality. So it's good stuff, War Pigs. European countries, and I can try BMG. Brett, it's easy enough management, honestly. MVG getting the love. Appreciate it. We are family. I've got all my sisters with me. Not to be confused with I've got all your sisters with me. Weather or season related. Frequently changed hairstyle. One per country. Surname not on shirt. Let's have it. Let's get this going. Let's pull this puppy up. Which 11? Weather or season related. My memory's fucking dogger. Frequently changed hairstyle. Freak changed hairdo. One player per country. I can't remember what the rules are with the one player per country. Surname not on shirt. I can't remember the rule of one player per country. I've lost my... Got too hot and bothered. 100% Ming. That's a splendid idea. We'll honour him with we'll put the dildo on there on MVG's chair if he can't make it. But it'd be brilliant to have you MVG at the top table, mate. You're a legend. Brett will ref it, BMG. I believe. Just stumbled onto this live. Yes, Ian Jackson saves me from the Bolton game. Cheers, Mucker. And you know it. It couldn't think of much worse than watching Bolton versus Bradford. But for the sake of it, let's see how they're getting on. Because I think, are they 1-0 down on aggregate? Or they 1-0 down on aggregate, 20 minutes in. Keep you posted, Ian Jackson, if you're that bothered. Nobody's bothered. Come out, wherever you are. That seems a bit seedy, to be fair, BMG, but I'm enjoying it. Speaking of toast, Jack, is that what Rodon had Charlison on? And you know it. Have you seen Gabby Bonleroy going on about? I know he hates Leeds, but he was going on about... They were going on about Rodon being... They were going on about Rodon being slow or something. But Rodon hasn't been slow for... Well, Rodon's not slow. I hope not, BMG. It might be because I was Googling whether or not Summerville's been banging Thingy Dyer. Danny Dyer's missus, who I think ironically is also called Danny. Not his missus, his daughter's same thing, innit? Get a book snatch. Did you mean Danny D? Where is Brett? Brett needs to act 3 times the charm or whatever it is. Will they show the Brighton game around your Bowers Bar Pavilion, or is Peacock better if we can't get tickets? Is it on Sky on the... I think it will be if it's a Sunday game, won't it? It'll be on Summit. The only issue is, War Piglet, when you watch it at fucking Peacock, it's delayed. So you hear the cheer before the goal goes in. So if you're going to do it round Ellen Road, I would go up to Top of Hill to that White Hart, which I like that bar anyway, and that's where we go. But that's not why I'm promoting it. I don't have any sponsors over here, even though we are working on that big sponsor, aren't we? That big game changer that we've been working on for months. But at Top of Hill, then at least you won't hear the cheer, or at least it'll be, by the time the cheer gets to the top of the hill, the goal will have probably gone in. But it's literally like, I've had to watch it in Peacock before because I couldn't download the ticket when I got there, which was slack of me. But it was all a learning process, and we got there in the end, as it were. But yeah, it was far from ideal, shall we say. But yeah, I'd watch it at Top of Hill, War Piglet. But it will be on if it's on BT or Sky. It'll be on in Peacock. Don't know if it'll be on in your Bowers Bar. I'll document them after the event, but you have to adjudicate this live action. Must name country with player though. So are we just picking is it to be fair, weather or season related is winning at minute, I think. 58% with it, although 25% do say one player per country. 31%. It's hot on the heels. JackCity Cookathon coming live soon, sponsored by BMG Airlines. Yes, indeed, that'll be the best way to bring them in. I'm fucking red hot now. Prawn po' boy wrap with Tex-Mex fries. Prawn po' boy wrap. Prawn po' boy wrap. Oh, it's real. A prawn po' boy wrap. Oh, I think I might have I've had something similar to this. Although, yeah, it looks. I'm not really a wrap man, believe it or not, but yeah. Freaky changed hairdo. Only best hairdo ones is Pogba, innit? He loves a fucking frequently changed hairdo. If one player per country wins, then Brett can clarify rules, and I'm sure He will be card happy with any transgressions. Yes, BMG. Yes, AO, what's good, big man? We've got 38 in the room and only 29 likes, and we know we're on that rotisserie. So get that rotisserie over here and get some love slapped up in this bitch from MVG. Needs every which one of us today, boy. Well, for the foreseeable. So get some love slapped in there. Microwave might have been on to create the glitch. There was no microwave action tonight, BMG. Not for the best part of 2 hours anyway. So we should be microwave clear. But it is a fact, and we do get to facts sometimes every now and again. And I believe that we ended up learning that it was the case where when the microwave's on, it does F and Jeff with the Wi-Fi signal. Danny D, is he that porn star? We always end up on a porn star, don't we? You can't help yourself, can you, BMG? But I also knew he is, so I can't. yeah, strange fella him, innit? I wonder how many women do you reckon he's banged? How many women has Danny D banged? Once we'll get that in a poll and we'll see what everybody thinks. Oh. Including 3 and 4 sums. I need to stop Googling stuff because it's making it glitch, innit? I'm fucking red as otters. Am I back in action, boys? I need to stop Googling stuff. I'm fucking red hot. I'm baking hot. Fuck me. If she's got eating on, I will go absolutely ballistic. I don't believe it to be. It's not even that hot, is it? And I've got a jumper on, but... I've only seen 12 likes as BMG. You're well off, mate. Just keep it steady. Keep it hush. We're on 32. We're floating. We're stinging like a butterfly and floating like a bee. I still heard the roar loud in the white art, Jack. Did you genuinely, Ming? It's hell of a drug in Ellen Road, and we love it. Love it. I wouldn't mind signing Doki and Wilson as freebies to kick us off. Would you take Callum Wilson? There's been loads of likes. Obviously, I was hoping it when he banged a goal in the other day against Arsenal. I know everybody's panicking about us staying up at the time. But I think that would have been... Well, they'd have thrown league away. But unfortunately, they're going to win league now, Arsenal. They've got Burnley at weekend, which they should beat anyway, and they will beat. And then they've got Crystal Palace, who... That Dick Slap manager that's doing one sort of even admitted that he'll be rotating the team because they've got a European game, haven't they, then? So, garbage. Absolute garbage. He literally admitted it. But he did say, to be fair, he said it wouldn't affect the league, which it does directly affect the league, doesn't it? Because it's the last game of the season and it's Man City's last chance to get one over on Arsenal. But ultimately, like he was saying, to be fair to him, there's 37 games in order, when teams have rotated against such and such, or when, I don't know, Aston Villa rotated against Man City. I can't remember the game that he actually brought up as an example. But he mentioned one at games that they rotated against Man City, so they're not full strength. Man City were good other night, weren't they, to be fair, against Palace. We're right behind Palace. Palace is we're joint on points to them. We're 4 goals better off on goal difference. So if we outdo them, I want to finish as high as possible now. Danny is getting dressed in the other room, and she has confirmed she's only taking my sword, not Summerville's. Love it, 78 RPM. Yeah, she's not my cup of tea, to be fair, 78 RPM. You're welcome to her. She's all right, and but she's not the type, I certainly won't say you won't see me for months. I'd still be coming out. Not in that fashion. I'm just mean I'll still be coming out the house. She wouldn't turn me to the other side. Who knows? To be fair, you never know. God knows at this stage. Fried chicken burger all day for Joe Depp. Keep it simple, mate. Keep it fried. Keep it chicken. Keep it in a bun, and you're away, aren't you? Got buns, hun. Speaking of weather, we had 100 100 kilometers hours, kilometers. We had 100-kilometer winds. I'm going to go with kilometers. I do know that that's the speed, but I don't actually know what it stands for. I know miles per hour. 100 kilometers or kilometer? No, kilometers. Is it kilometers? Regardless, we had crazy winds on Monday and crazy amounts of damage. Fucking hell, BMG. Closest I've experienced to a proper hurricane. I've made light of it by accident, BMG. It's awful, but to be fair, you won't want to be flying in that, would you? So, well, I'm sure there were no flights in that. That would be, I thought it was bad coming into Leeds Bradford on odd occasion, but that's disgusting behaviour. I prefer idle gossip and baseless rumour to facts. Thank you very much, BMG. That is why we live here. That's why we've found home. There's no place like home, BMG. And you know it, mate. Seafood and spicy food doesn't mix with alcohol unless it's the end of the night. I would not get seafood at the end of the night, Brett. That's not me. I mean, I'd have fish and chips. I've had fish and chips before, funnily enough, in London, and it still had skin on, which was horrendous, but yeah, I wouldn't. I'd go spicy. Spicy at the end of the night. Spicy whenever. Spicy when I say, but never seafood. If it's not through the day, no. If it's not through the day, if it's through the day, we say seafood, yeah. If it's towards the back of the night, spicy food, we're all right. To be fair, all day we play seafood, yeah. Spicy food through the day, into the night, don't matter which. Everything's going to be all right. Sorry, Joe, it's just for the book table. All fine. Just turn up and order whenever. Just show up, but it was packed last time and Jack couldn't get in. Yeah, it does get busy in there, doesn't it, Ming? It was a fucking nightmare trying to get in. So if we can get a table booked, I mean, it might be better with it being last day of the season, but I do think it's bank holiday as well, isn't it? So everybody's going to be piling out, so we do need to be slightly wary. Jack, what do you think we're doing this summer? Do we go for players who are good but can't make it at the current club for being rather injury prone, or do we go with youth potential, or both? I don't think we should mess around with youth and potential, AO, do you? I think we'll do much the same. I personally think every position is up for grabs. I don't think there's any one position. I know it's pretty obvious where we need backup. Like we're not going to get a better left back than Goodmanson in reality. But it's kind of what I'm saying. If we did, then you'd bring him in anyway. They'll just bring in whoever's better. I always think you should look for a centre midfielder, regardless that we're quite strong in there. I'd look for a centre midfielder. I'd always look for a centre back every season. Always looking for a striker. And then, we do need a winger. We need another winger. We can't be reliant on Aronson or Dan James. I think we can be reliant on, or not reliant on Okafor, but I think Okafor's got another even better season in him this season. I think Calvert-Lewin, if he remains fit again, will be excellent again. I don't think Metcher will go. I was sort of toying with whether or not Metcher will leave at end of the season, because we are going to offload, obviously, Peru, Byram, obviously Harrison will go, Meslier will go. That Cairns is going to stay, which I think is a good shout. I think it's fine. I'm unsure about the goalkeeper situation. I'm not sure if Darlow and Perry, some people are saying they'll both go. Some people are saying nobody's saying neither of them go. Everybody seems to think Perry will go, but I'm not sure he will. Genuinely, I'm not I think he'll probably want to stay and fight for his place. His stock's gone down significantly. I don't think he'd have to go back abroad. Not that he'd be bothered about that, but I don't rate him either. But yeah. But yeah, we need two spicy players, like a forward. I'll just call them forwards for the sake of, so we don't have to bang on about the fucking number 9 and the number 10s like we do every week, and the 11s and the 8s and the 7s and the fucking, it never ends. But we need a wide player for Dan James and for Aronson, because Dan James, unfortunately, I think might be. Well, I don't know if he's done. I don't know if that, I don't want to sign him out. Shit, I forgot about his poll. We're currently on 50% weather or season related. Frequently changed hairdo is 12%. One player per country is 31%. Brett's never going to get his wish here, poor lad. Surname not on shirt is 6%. I'll let it go for a couple more minutes and then we'll ignite. Hailstones were torrential for a spell in Leeds yesterday. It was today as well, Gomez gang. I went to where have I been today? Fucking hell, I can't remember where I've been today. Fuck me, it's where Tyson Fury lives, or did live, or said that he lived. Oh, that is fucking madness. It's so worrying. Can't remember where I went, but it was pounding it down there, absolutely belting it down. Near Manchester, like Blackpool way, seaside. Fucking crazy, concerning. And then people go on about me when if I can't remember a player's name or something. I think, you know what fucking football it's like. I just can't remember shit that's indifferent to me. If there's 150 of them, like there is 150 towns, cities, places, counties, fucking whole job lot, I can't remember what they're called. But that's going to do my head in. And I know somebody's going to tell me at bottom at comments, and I do want to find out for myself. Because he put them on the map, didn't he? Bournemouth, Brentford. I'm sure it begins with a B. Bornau. David Batty. Burnley. Bollocks. Can't remember. Get your send there, Joe Depp. Watch out, Voldemort's apprentice is in the building, and you know it, Brett. AO on the lurk. Dragging us through the weeds. I banged 11 in a weekend, and only 2 of the biatches bought me a pint. It's one of them things, isn't it? 78 RPM. The thing is, you don't want no biatch buying you a pint either, do you? 'Cause it's, the less time speaking, the more time banging, as it were. Toasting Leeds, yes indeed, Brett. The toasty. Good question. I'd say players like Stack, who are good but a bit unknown. If we get another couple of Stacks in, we'll be flying up the league, won't we? All the way to wherever I've been today and back. From Paris to Berlin. And every town that I've been in that I can't remember where it was. If you're allowed to choose one player in his prime to come on for the last 30 minutes against the Hammers, who are you choosing from your Bowen, Viduka and Hasselbank? It's an excellent poll, Dazzler. I'm going to close this poll, guys, and get it going. So, weather or season related, 11. Sorry, Brett. You might get in next week. Sorry, big man. Morecambe, BMG. I've just come to do the poll, and I've seen Morecambe. That's where I've been. 30 minutes in his prime. 30 mins in his prime. Who are you picking? Who you got? Yeboah, Viduka, or Hasselbank? I'll reliably get shit for my answer here, but who are you saying, Dazzler 15? Personally, and this is maybe a bit harsh on your Bower, but I maybe getting away with saying I'm too young for your Bower, but other than his worldies, I know he had one really good season for us. I remember actually looking up his stats when I did a video right at the start channel, sort of defending Patrick Bamford, which we spent much of the channel's history defending Patrick Bamford, didn't we? His stats weren't that mind blowing, really. So, if I had to pick an order of how good I think the striker is, and maybe it's a bit harsh on Viduka also, I personally think Hasselbank is the best striker of them three. Now, I'm happy to do a poll who you'd bring on for the last 30 minutes, and then I'm happy to do a poll of who you think's the best one. But then I'd have to say over the course of a career, I'd have to say my order, and as I say, this is probably a bit harsh on you Bower. And I said Eubank then. From Morecambe to Eubank. I'd have to go Hasselbank, Viduka, and then Yeboah. I think that would be my order. Which might, I'm sure we'll get shit in the Yeboah channels, but I just know Viduka better. I just know his career better. It's a scary thing as well, really, because I know people will be all over Yeboah, and I am, by the way. I think all three were awesome. And I know Hasselbank gets loads of shit for leaving club and stuff, and people having a go at him and whatnot. But it was mint, wasn't he? All three of them were absolutely unreal. I don't know enough about Yeboah. I'll have been about 5 or 6, I think. Good day, my G. Yes, Cletus BK, what's good? Next month's the start of the hurricane season over here. It lasts until the end of the year. Sounds like fresh hell to me, Cletus. I would be absolutely papping my pants. I still get, I put on a brave face than Nikita love, but when it's fucking lightning and thundering over yonder, I'm a bit, I do get a bit curtain twitchy. I do get a bit restless at night. Schwally. Yes, Cletus. So Wilson would have been fine this season, but not for next season. 78 RPM. It's I meant fucking Harry Wilson. I do this all the time. I do that to you every time, BMG, I think. I'm so sorry, dude. I'm so very sorry. I don't think we'll get Harry Wilson this time, will we? And no, I won't want Callum Wilson either. Not that you do, BMG. And 78 RPM seconds that. No, I would not want Callum Wilson. It's relegation fodder for me. That even I actually would have taken Callum Wilson this year. I'd have got him in January. I'd have got him whenever we could, really. Just whack him on bench. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, definitely take Harry Wilson. It'd be an awesome sign. That's the type of player we want, really. You got to wonder as well. Well, you don't have to wonder. I don't mean it like I'm talking to you guys. It's just talking general, aren't we? Got to wonder about like whether or not what type of profile we're bringing as well, because you don't want to upset the apple cart too much. With Curtis Jones has been spoke about, and players like that, and Harvey Elliott and whatever he's called, and it's like they're ball players, aren't they, and stuff. And we need elements where we play plenty of football, and we do play ball, don't we? But I don't want to overstretch the lines where we end up. I don't want to end up like an Arnie Slot side. That. Well, I mean, I'd take the league position to be fair next year, but I don't want to be weak. I don't want to be soft. I want to remain strong in there. Don't forget to come back and hype the video. Check out the JackCity shorts and quick ship vids. Appreciate you all, Piglet, and you know it, my man. Legend, mate. Joe Depper, Harry Wilson. Yes, indeed, it'd be a mint signing. BMG says Vidukes. The Tide wouldn't take Danny Dyer out. I'm unfamiliar with the phrase, Brett. I don't know whether that makes him hard or annoying or... I'm not sure what it makes him. It's the toast bar. There's a toast spot. There's toast bar. Yes, indeed, Brett. Near the train station. Yeah, I do it every time, 78 RPM. Kilometres per hour. That's what threw me off, BMG. So is that about 70 mile an hour? I know that much because it shows me on the dashboard sometimes. It'd be great if we could sign more players like Stack, because that's exactly what we need. Unknown players who can impress. It's also interesting to see what happens. There might be a couple of players that try to get cherry picked from us. So you don't know that, a bit of dummy money might come in for a player really, or because a lot of them will be using as a stepping stone, won't they? So it'll be interesting to see. Well, it won't be interesting because we don't want to be losing players like Stack, but we need to retain what we've got, or the core of what we've got, just as much as we do sort of bringing in some shits really. Because I am, me, I'm not one in, one out, or one out, one in. It's not a nightclub. It's not first come, first serve. It's not sign the player, have to play the player. That's why I'm an advocate for holding on to Aronson. I want to replace Aronson. But until we do, there's no need to. If we'd have been reliant on Dan James and Nonto this season, I think we'd have been really stuck. So players like Aronson, better the devil you know, as they say. Better the devil you know. Has the criteria been set, as Andy may say? Where is Andy at? Luckily, I got away without any real damage personally. Good, BMG. That is that in terms of the storms or the shagging? I slept through the great storm that turned 7 oaks into 1 oak. Yes, 78 RPM. Is that actually true? Is that a real thing? Bang on, and we've signed a few recently like Stack, Beal, Tanaka, Gabby have all been better than I thought. Yes, indeed. It's not about the amount of money that you spend either, is it, BMG? It's about the quality that we bring in. I don't want to get hunkered down in saying we need to spend 25, 30 million per player. We need to spend whatever the player costs. If it's 10 million, it does not mean he's a 10 million player. People went mad about James Justin being 10 million. Been worth every penny. If you'd have spent 20 million on DCL and he did what he did this season, you'd have said that were a decent sign. Well, a good signing for 20 million. Striker for 20 million to get them numbers. We got him on a free. Got to be savvy up in this bitch. And with Dr. Farker and the medics, they seem to be able to look after players well. We seem to have a good formula. It's my main man, Henry McStay, the head of the medics. That's what it is. The legend. Get on the waltzing Mazinga with the chief next time he comes to Ellen Road. Big Mazinga, geets up. The poll is on 40%. Hasselbank, which has filled me with, not with joy, because I prefer Viduka and Yeboah. Well, no, I think Hasselbank gets in unnecessary shit. But yeah, you're on board. But good question. Very good question. We enjoyed it. Hasselbank edges it, and then the other two draw, which I'll take. Someone said last summer we were in for Oskarsson. Don't know him, and he's been injured a lot this season, but I wonder. Well, there was a few from last year, wasn't there, that we've dodged a bit of a bullet on BMG with some names that you know of. Do you know what I mean? That you just sort of watch on YouTube and you think they're absolute ballers. Like that Gadget that ended up going to Marseille and stuff. He's not dug any trees up, and we ended up with Okafor, and people actually moaned about that quite extensively, and he's ended up being a really good signing for us. What was that lad called that went to? I think he went to Marseille. Paxal, whatever. Paxal, and he looked mint, and I'm sure he's a mint player, but you just don't know what you're getting in terms of settling in injury wise. One bad knock, look at like Sinistera. Sinistera's probably better than any winger we've got at the club. But if you're not fit, you're absolutely worthless, aren't you? You're pointless. You pointless bastard. Would like to sign Harvey Barnes to compete with Okafor, says Limey. You'd take Harvey Barnes. I don't know if Harvey Barnes can do a job on right as well, Limey. I know he doesn't particularly, but I couldn't see really any reason why he couldn't play out wide right, because he's one of the type of players that gets to byline as well. He doesn't just cut in, does he? But I like Harvey Barnes a lot. It's just whether or not he'd want to drop down, from... I know it's crazy to say when we're in front of Newcastle. But, in terms of their predictions, where they believe they will be at in the next few, years and months. But yeah, that'd be a mint signing, Limey. I agree. I think he's a mint player. And it'd stop him scoring fucking 3 or 4 goals against us every season, the bastard. Classic burger plus pulled pork for me, Ming. Get up, Brett. No messing about there, Brett. Love to hear it. Get some pulled pork on your burger, my Brett. We need some youth and potential, even if it's from our academy, to prepare for the coming changes. This is it, 78 RPM, but I don't want to be going out and signing, when we put all his eggs in one basket, when we're getting all Greenwoods and Geldarts at World, and you're just sort of like reliant on them. I'm not sure. I don't know about signing youngsters as a prospects. I don't know how effective it is going forward in general, which is a madness. You don't know until they're either in squad or they're 22 and they're shit. Or, it's A8 under 21s football. It's a shit idea. I think Peru will go and we'll get in a replacement who will leapfrog Metcha to be second choice or be first choice or even play with DCL. Yeah, I'm hoping we can keep hold of Metcha though, because I just think he's a good squad player, and I think he's, his return this year has been. I think he's got 8 goal and assists or something. It's getting on for 10, or it's 9, or it's a decent return anyway especially for the amount of minutes he's played. And we have been a little bit reliant on him at times, and he does have a bit of quality in him, Metcha. I know it was mainly in FA Cup, but couple of real good strikes on edge at box and stuff, and then big penalties he's scored for us, and it's been quite a big feature of us staying up, really. Metcha, if it weren't for DCL, he'd have probably banged in a few more goals as well, in all honesty, but obviously DCL is by far and away the best striker at the club. So 78 RPM, interesting. If Perry stays, Darlow stays. If a new keeper comes in, Darlow goes, in my opinion. Love it. 78 RPM. Not necessarily as a statement, but as a comment. Why? I actually agree. So say if a new keeper comes in, Darlow goes. Do you think Perry still stays at that point and fights for his position? 78 RPM. I know you're my burner, but I agree with that comment. If a new keeper comes in, Darlow goes, in my opinion. I don't think Darlow will want to play second fiddle. I think if they keep the same, if it's Perry, Darlow and Cairns at Cairns again, I think Darlow will stay knowing that he'll probably be the number one. And really, again, it's this idea that we're bringing a keeper. We brought Perry in and he was shit. And I know people tried to make me give him a bit more time, but I ain't got no time for these keepers no more. I bored myself to tears trying to defend Meslier's Silent Essence Championship. So when I saw Perry, I thought, this is all what you guys wanted. No, I'm not kidding. But Meslier was shit. He needed to, be pulled out. He shouldn't have been our number one. He was the number one on the basis that Farker was edging his bets and was hopeful that we'd end up either making plenty of money out of Meslier Silent S, or he would actually be the future number one at the club. He was only a young lad, wasn't he? Which he still is. But he definitely needs a fresh start. His time at Leeds is... It's hard to come back as a keeper, isn't it? Genuinely, from the season he had. Shot stopping and all that stuff, they're all good at that, aren't they? It's your job. Apparently, Marseille have to sell everyone. Can we get Paxao? Well, that's what I mean, BMG. I don't Google it because my fucking feed keeps glitching out when... every time I Google something, but I'm not sure he's done much. I think he's been quite injured, BMG. 9 will talk with Jack about the meet-up on the day 9. Of course, Jack will be at the front and we will follow him in the line with heads down, shouting JackCity bitch. If that is the case, Ming, I ain't turning up, brother. What time's table booked for Mingy? The club and Okafor need to work on his conditioning to turn him from a 60, 70 minute player to a 90 minute player, says Gomez Gang. If we can do that, he will be a 50 million player on our hands. He's got spunk for days, Gomez Gang, as well, and he's got big dick energy, as I've said about him all season. To be fair to him, I think he's actually really become significantly more robust in terms of like throwing his body weight about a bit, which ironically then he picked up his injury when I was starting to, hail his how aggressive he was being. He was being like, I remember him playing against Derby maybe in FA Cup, and it was really aggressive. and like chucking his body weight about. And I just thought, because you've not really seen that in the first sort of 10 games, but Farke stuck with him. Farke, you have to say, seems to have a good understanding of player, because he came here, didn't he, Okafor, with this big dick energy that comes with a bit of ego, a bit of this, a bit of potential problems, and he's obviously not shown any. And Okafor really does speak highly of Farke, whereas Ramazani, I think it's the I think it's like your playboy nature. I think if you take football serious, I'm not having a go at Ramazani, but I don't know the bloke. I'm sure he's a right laugh on a night out. But I think Farke will have. You've got to take certain things serious. You've got to take training serious. I don't want you fucking about. I don't want you, in videos. Farke's apparently a ladies' man, so he's getting about the women. He's banging the women. He's not bothered about that. Go get off and do that. But when you turn up at 9 a.m. for your breakfast, mate, I don't want no Play-Doh. I don't want no fucking about. You're bringing no chicks in with you. It's to business, gentlemen, to business. So I do think Farke has got. I think that's where his professionalism lies. It's like, I don't want to hear about your stories. Do you know what I mean? You can be doing whatever you want, but you've got to turn up. And Okafor's a playboy, but obviously in the right fashion. Unless he's just getting Farke loads of chicks, which is also a possibility. So don't rule that out. Yeah, he's not been great, I don't think, has he, 78? Crazy hail here this morning in Wales, says Luke. Yeah, it was, honest to God, back from Morecambe, Blackpool. There was like that on my windshield. It was mental. Yes, I think the recruitment team will pleasantly surprise us. However, I have concerns Farke will stick with a small team, and having a lack of real squad depth will pose issues, in my opinion. Is that your controversial comment of the day? That doesn't seem controversial enough, AO. But and you've not said it's your controversial comment of the day either. So I'm not putting words in your mouth, mate. Do we have a particularly small squad? I think, to be fair, AO, I think Farke has used every single player in the squad, hasn't he, this season? I think he's got he's got the most out of every player that we've signed, barring probably Perry. Played Metcha plenty. James Justin's become a massive part. Beale's been a massive part. Goodmanson's been an enormous part. Okafor's been a massive part. DCL's been a massive part. Longstaff probably got the fewest minutes. But Longstaff's been I hope we stick with Longstaff. I hope he's still in and around the squad. I think he's a proper pro. I actually think he'll come really good next year as well, my best mate. He's had some big moments. Shame he couldn't, with that mint save at end against Spurs, against the Cockwombles. It's a shame he didn't fire that home, because that does change the complexion of everything. In the league as well. It'd have been mint for Longstaff getting these late goals. Pax haven't done much in League One. Now, has he been injured, Limey? Get your centre a club shirt, War Piglet, and you know it, mate. No, I meant my fee. My fee was a pint, so 9 got a freebie. I've lost, me, 78 RPM. Strikes again. I've lost the touch with the chat that we've been having there. Apologies, 78. Sometimes I do you boys a real disservice. Blackpool, Tyson Fury's from Morecambe, I think. Yes, BMG. Morecambe is the town you're looking for. I've literally been there today, and I fucking hovered around trying to find his house, and I found his house, which I know he's left, but I like Tyson Fury. And I knew he was from Morecambe. I really did, I really did. I went and found his house, so I definitely knew. This is what I mean. I've been there today. That happened today. Like 9 hours ago, I was in Morecambe. And I'd fucking forgot where I was. It's harrowing. Luke's in on your Bowen, you know it. Dwight Gale, says BMG. A blast front past. So tune in next week and I will share the news of the JCC official meal out. Piss up. Get up, Mingy. I'll be DJing that night as well if it is bank holiday. So I'll be absolutely slush puppied. Be a tremendous evening, afternoon. He's got it all. Player name and number, but you never know who goes in silly clothes season. Player name and number, but you never know who goes in silly clothes season shirt. Yes, indeed, War Piglet. You got to go all the way with it, haven't you? Jeff Winter as ref. Get Jeff Winter up in this bitch. That big bubble. The big bubble. Was there an Aaron Winter at Lazio with Gaza? Oh my God, Dwight Gale, I see what you're saying, BMG. Yes, indeed. The seasons and Jeff Winter, ref's tremendous. Aaron Winter at Lazio, let's have a look. Aaron Winter, football. Dutch football manager, absolutely. There's an Aaron Winter. Played for Ajax. Aaron Winter's in. Hasselbank, yes indeed. Dazram Hasselbank all day. Your ball wasn't really with us long enough, says BMG. That's where I'm at with it. Are we doing a poll for the Underlap? Leeds United player of the season. Let's have it, War Piglet. Who are the 4 that you want me to pick from? And you know it, 78 RPM. Tony Gale, BMG. I'm Gale Clichy, that's a good one. All 3 averaged a goal every 2 games. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure Yeboah had a mint season and then he was pretty indifferent the season after. Sorry, being away. Is this a strikers list without Sniffer? Sorry if I've got the wrong end of the stick. Are you talking about my sniffles that I've got a bit, Minx? I'm a bit sniffly. Dean and Josh Windass. That feels sneaky, BMG, but I'm enjoying it. Every season is Hurricane season here, I can only imagine, man. Honestly, it shits me up. I'm trying to get over from Wales, so I don't know Leeds. I've only been Ellen Road, so how will I find you lot if I miss you at Toast? Yes, Luke. We need to somehow find a way. Anybody that's going or coming out over that weekend, we need to make like a WhatsApp chat, like a group. So we need to find a way of getting each other's details, don't we? And then we can all slap it in the... and then I'll just share my location. And then I can make out that you're all stalking us. Like, he's stalking us, Ming. But no, there's definitely... We need a WhatsApp group. Absolutely, Dazzler 15. He's monumental, isn't he? You're flying, BMG, and you know it. Yes, Malcolm Bell, like that. Nigel Winterburn. BMG getting snooty about the spelling, but I'll stick with you, Nigel Winterburn, Malcolm Bell. Yes, indeed, Brett, that's what we need to do. Can we get a burner phone and do a group chat? 100%, Luke. Summerville's a big one. I can't believe I've missed some of it. I need to get thinking of these seasons. Predictive text, man. Always fucks the badger. Jack, your live stream is buffering like mad, for fuck's sake. Sorry, big. I can't do all about it at the moment. I'm going to have to go fucking blow me honker though, I think. Piss song coming up. If it buffers, I'm sorry, boys. One at a time, only gotta get a gun on my mind. Hitting my grind, city sublime. I'm trying to find the rest of my mind. It's been defined as being benign, but I ain't got time, it's hard to find. I'm sitting in line, I'm hitting my chime, I'm on the decline, I'm up for the climb. I'm rapping for rappers that never get mine, rapping for rappers that never get wise, rapping for rappers that nothing but lie, rapping for rappers that snap on the spies, rapping for rappers that clap on the mice, rapping for rappers that rap at the skies, clapping for rappers to pass the time, chopping at rappers that never get wide. I'm hacking at rappers, I'm snapping the spine, rapping at rappers, I'm mapping the mind, slapping the slappers that follow behind. I've gathered them others, I've mastered the mind. I'm one of them kind of finds, a mighty fine kind of guy. I'm fine as wine, I've got Too much fucking time, but before I'm up I'll shine. I'm about to find I'm out to dine a fight with Pennywise. And I quick apologise if it's easy, write my lines. It's just a line, but it's my time. Hit my main high, yo, I'd like to die before I'm circumcised. Nothing but living in fear, kicking a coffin but never to cheer. Giving them something that's ever so rare. Sniffing a pussy, they're putting in here. We live in a pussy, they're cutting it clear. Living for nothing but finding a beer. Thinking of stopping but never been near. Drinking be propping up why I'm here. Sticking and swapping, I'll never be dropping. I'm having a coffee, I'll never be coughing. I'm ticking, I'm talking, I'm wide awake. Hitting a profit, you're taking a bit. Getting a profit, let's make a break. Getting a brothel, let's make a tip. Create the story, make a day.
The irony is, probably had more fucking, this video probably had more views just through getting slapped through my fucking live streams every day. Not every day, every week, whatever. What am I on about? 100%, right, that's the way. That's why we need, if we get the, to be fair, we should just have a WhatsApp anyway, shouldn't we? Absolutely, mate. The location share on WhatsApp is solves all problems always. Because you just click on it and we're away. I'd rather to be fair, BMG, I'd rather the audio hold up than else. Yes, Lukey boy. We need the weather 11, boys. Mingy, I thought that Brett, but didn't know if it was okay with everyone. Plus, I'm shite at things like that. I'll get back to you on that. Is that the we'll get a WhatsApp thingy going. We all believe in Dr. Fark and the medics, but last game, you're the manager, 3 points. That's fair. Or play the kids and send Cockwombles down. War Piglet. You've got to play to win, haven't you, War Piglet? We've got to put out strongest 11, but if you do want to send the Cockwombles down, I'll turn a blind eye. I'll turn a blind eye to it. I'll turn a blind eye. Weather's hard, you know. Weatherall. David Weatherall. David Weatherall. Who else we got? Let me think. Do you think West Ham win at Newcastle? Samuel Ferdinand. No. I think West Ham are gone, Samuel. I think they're done, mate. Not that I'm bothered about that, but I do want Cockwombles to go down. If we'd have beat them the other day, I'd have been more inclined to believe that there was still a chance. But I just think, yeah, I think West Ham are gone. In the Gulf Club. You're lucky, BMG, as both the visual and audio are buffing mad over it. I don't know what it is, but I restart the computer before I go in, and I love my computer, so I'm really reluctant to have a go at it. But the hard drive might be getting full. I don't know. It just might be, you know, Virgin might just be fucking me with no Vaseline. I don't know. The 7-wood Joe Depp. We need stepping stones for the foreseeable. Our number one signing is Ampadu, no contest. Love it, 78 RPM. Yeah, you want players that are using us, really, don't you? And you just want to, you know, it's just the problem is it's hard to keep. That's why I fucking bang on about my best mate Longstaff, don't I? But that's why I think he's a mint signing. You want honesty, don't you? Honest players that are not, you know, never let you down, really. Because Longstaff's a proper decent player. And he's not necessarily, you know, he's not stack-like, but he's proper decent. And if you can get a few of them to bolster, then we can take a couple of risks, can't we, in fall positions. But if you get the bolsters, if you get the heaters in there. I've got David Weatherall, that's all I've got, and that's literally weather. Aronson embodies our current ethos, i.e. to outwork teams, not outplay them. We should keep him, because there will be a few windows before we become able to outclass teams. Keep Brendan Aronson, but also buy an upgrade. Yes, BMG. Smashing it out of the park, brother. That's where it's at. We've got to keep we've got to sustain the strength that we have, we don't need to get rid of Aronson. It's pointless. You know what you're getting from him. I would like it if we was less reliant on Aronson next season. But there is no point getting rid of a player that you know is a really good squad player and that will pick up a couple of goals and a couple of assists and will give 110%. So I have faith Ampadu will be here for a few more seasons. I think Ampadu's going to be here for a long time, Luke. I agree, man. I actually think I think he likes it here, man. And I'd never really say that about the modern player. But I think he's a bit of a throwback. I think he's found his home. He's come up with us. He's a proper captain. I do think he likes it. I think he likes us. Again, honest players. Honest players rule the roost for me, Lukey. If we can start getting rid of some dead wood, says Cletus. Yes, that's all we need to do, really. Get rid of, Peru, Paraparisley. If Byron has to move on, Byron has to move on. But again, Byron wouldn't offend me if he was here for another year. It's whether or not he'll want to or not. But it's so unoffensive. I never understood last year when Voldemort were banging on about Byron. Like, we're not signing Byron to play every week, are we? But Byron can be in squad, can't he? I never understand it. Why, you don't have sort of standard setters, and why they have to get them out. You can get them out the starting lineup, and then you ask Byron, do you want to do the same again this season and not play any games, or do you want to fuck off? And if Byron says I want to fuck off, then off he will fuck. Luke, hit it into trees with my only shot last week. It's a good on the range. It's good on the range, mind. I would be so bad. I'm pants. Yes, Henro, what's good? Get my lag last week. Jet lag, Henro. Appreciate you, Enro, but I've fucking no idea what you're on about there, my G. We started saying my G, by the way, now. Paxo, that's the one, BMG. Isn't there a player called Fairweather? There is a Fairweather, isn't there, for certain? Eden Blizzard. Hazard's sort of like a push. I know that's what you're saying, but hopefully we get a buyback clause in Bamford's contract, be a good addition. Joe Depp, you know it, mate. Bring him back in, boy. Bet you fancy doing the WhatsApp stuff. Don't want to give my number out or Jack's. I don't mind being the head of the WhatsApp group, Ming. If you don't want to be in it, that's fine. I don't mind being in that. BMG, many people were dubious about last summer's recruitment, but it ended up being good. Where we need to improve is outgoings. We've sold badly. Claudio Reyna is man of the match material, BMG, on the basis that I'd say cloud and rain, which I know is what you're working on, but that is... Eden Blizzard. Jack, can set it up, then it means... Yeah, Brett, yeah, it's just if Ming don't want to be in it. But that's fine. It doesn't matter. Although it's a card for taking off your shirt to celebrate. Yes, it's we've got a real funky ref. It's like, no matter where the bangers come from. The Brett is Leeds group, and you know it, Mingy. Joe Depp always pushing for that red. Leeds shadowing Sunderland. Brett's pushing for that red card there. It's outrageous. These fucking things, man. I know I say it every week, and I do have a bottle opener, but that is mental. Methinks Claudio Reyna would be a mistake. Bring him in, Cletus. We need the food, Brett. Ali McLeod. McLeod. I don't think it's RPM AO. It's MVG. I'm not sure if MVG is still here, but The bloke's a legend. Carlton Fair with the top bins. We're all loving this pulled pork hype. David Weatherall, I'm in on that. Joe Depp, are you nicking that off me or am I nicking that off you? Yes, Mr. Whitesnake, what's good? He's in the building, the West Coast Warlord. Remember, we have to have probably 2 or 3 under 21s in the match day squad for 27-28. It's a madness to me, is that. McLeod's a great call. McLeod, actually, but I'm having him as manager. Get him stuck in there, VMG. Boom, splat, stab him in the back like boom, get. My bad, I meant condolences MVG and RIP to your mother, apologies 78. No, it's quite alright, AO. It's all love. It's all love. You got my logic for Darlow spot on. No surprise, as you obviously type this being the same person. You know it's 78 RPM. We're on the burner. Who actually came up with the burner? You love a Deep Purple album, you boys. David Weatherall says Malcolm Bell. I'm in on the I have not Nick Weatherall. I assure you. Morning. Just watch MVG in the knowledge that your presence is rarely missed. Yes, indeed, Mingy. You know it. Oh, I can't have Weatherall then, you bastards. Derek Hales. Isn't there another Hales, BMG? Want that dude that played up top for... I think did he play for Fulham or something? Bit of a... Snowden. Snowden, I love it. Oh, well, that Derek Hales, I didn't Google it 'cause it fucks my thing up, doesn't it? But yeah, see, he's too old for me. There was Hales. I'm sure centre forward. Big fucker he was. Big, like in Clinton Morrison days. Barry Hales. That's what I'm on about. Played for Fulham, Bristol Rovers and Leicester City. I've got another one. Yeah, I've kind of nicked it, but I'm in. Which of you voted whether this is a nightmare? P.S. Jimmy the Chin has his own weather forecast. It's a microclimate round that chin, isn't it, Brett? We're moving. We're getting there, though. Should Jack do the last Underlap on this season with a bottle of spirits? 1 whiskey, 2 vodka, 3 something else. I'd keep me off the spirits, War Piglet, or it'll be a messy occasion. But what I will do is I'll do a compromise. I'll do... Mr. Whitesnake had come up with an idea a few weeks ago where every 10 likes I have to like down a bottle. And I'm up for doing something like that. You know, because realistically we get to about 70 likes normally. So I could have 7 bottles. I could polish them off. I do anyway, so that'd be fine. But it's whether you or not everybody agrees that it has to be a new full bottle, which is, you know, it gets... Because I'd be down in a bottle pretty much... I'd be down in probably 2 bottles in the first 10 minutes, so... And then drinking on top of it. But then I'd probably slow the actual drinking down and just wait for the 10 likes and then down it. So I don't know, but we can come up with some War Piglet. I'm definitely up for some sort of a drinking game, which seems ridiculous because I am also drinking... There's a drinking game that only I lose. But, you know, find me a good loser and I'll show you a loser. So, you know, I'm not happy to lose, but I'll lose if I have to. Summerville, I believe we've had Summerville. Luke, it's a good stuff. Windshield, windscreen, windshield. Windscreen, windshield. Wind, it's good. Sol Campbell, Sol means sun in some languages. Get him in there. Sol Campbell will be livid if you don't put him in as well, BMG. He's that type of guy that will put it down to any reason in the whole world why, you know. Ji-Sung Park's a mint one, Joe Depp. That's goal of the night material for me, that. Ji-Sung Park's that's a good one. Piggy not going to happen, but excellent idea, I think. We can come up with something else. Get all the snoddings in. Not even close chat, but as you mentioned, I am a shit my pants farker. I am a shit my pants. Farker will continue his late subs and having us sit back and defending games next season, which will see us in another scrap. Where is this sitting back comes from? Where does it come from? Nicky Summer BMG, Brett slashing it up. Sonny and Shah. That sounds like a. It sounds like a foreign shit detective. Does Nobby Solano work? Just because it's an ice cream. And that's sort of like you have that in nice weather, don't you? Is the Solano an ice cream actually, or is that no? It's a Solero, innit? Fucking hell, we tried. My co-worker would love if Summerville came back. Why is that, Cletus? Was he banging his missus as well? Because where are you to spread the rumour, Cletus, that Summerville's banging Bowen's missus? Hi, Jack. Cracking watch as usual. Appreciate you, Graham Smith. Thank you, man. Keep up the good work. Nah. Leeds are staying up. Appreciate you, Graham Smith. Thank you, man. Truly appreciate it. Cannot for the life of me understand how anybody would suggest it's a cracking watch, but we keep moving, don't we, Graham Smith? Appreciate you, man. You're my guy. Yes, AO, and you know it. It's the sitting back, AO. Pick that out. Back of the net. Some strike, son. Can't believe I've missed out Goodmanson myself. There must be loads of sons, though. There's loads of sons. Son Jun Min as well, yes, indeed. Sonny Anderson. Junk Monkey dropping the bombs. Nigel Winterburn. I think we had Nigel Winterburn spelt wrong early doors. Summerby's in. Welcome, Junk Monkey, by the way. It's been coming with War Piglets on the booking. Summerville, Peter White. We've got Summerville in. Claudio Ranieri. Get up, Jason Ellis. I think Claudio Ranieri was early doors, Jason Ellis. But, you know, welcome back. But that's literally like top bins, isn't it, that? Because it's it's got it all. Cloud, rain. Got it all, mate. To be fair, Farker has been a lot better with subs. I'd still like him to rotate more, but maybe next season he will. I think the more faith you could see as he went on in the season as well, BMG, the more faith he had within the squad and within the squad, the more he did rotate, the more he did use his subs a little bit more, and he was a bit more aggressive sometimes, even at like half-time. Man City, I think that were half-time subs. He made big changes against Liverpool when we went down and stuff. You know, I do think he's a lot bolder than people make out. But when you're winning, I think what's happened as well, everybody's got into this like Farker championship mentality, and I'm not on about him being the king of the championship, which he is. But this meant, like, you do realise, I'm not saying to you here, baby, I'm saying to everybody, well, and anybody that's listening, how many games we won in the championship. Why would he switch it up? You don't switch it up. You got it every time on fucking when we do lives and stuff, and you know people were saying, "Well, he's got his number." Such as Southampton have got his number and all this. It's like, why would he change what he's doing when he's literally winning like 98% of his games? It's like fucking wild returns he's getting. 98's an exaggeration, but the 98 win and draw. You know, we weren't losing any games for the last couple of seasons. We got an unbelievable amount of points. So why would he change it? Why wouldn't he back the players that are playing, you know, into the 70th minute, into the 75th minute? Like, and I'm backing my players, my boys, as he would say, my boys. He backs the boys. Whereas now it's like, no, if you don't do it, you know, the dimensions have changed. You've got 60 minutes, you've got 45 minutes to show us that you should still be in the starting lineup, and then he makes the move. Hurricane, England captain, I think he's an absolute smasher there, War Piglet. I'm not sure you'll get booked again for that, but I actually think that's pretty splendid. Paul Lake from Man City. Does Paul Lake exist? I'm in. Sonny Anderson, yes, I'll raise you. Sonny Perkins, yes, indeed. BMG. Can't vote for option 4 on this phone. What? I forgot the. Do we even have a poll? I can't remember what's going on. Ranieri's in. Claudio Ranieri. I said Claudio Ranieri right at the start. Or somebody did. I thought it was you, BMG, that said Claudio Ranieri. Right. Give me the 4. Give me the 4 that will go for the Luke Hayling. You're gonna get booked Malcolm Bell, but I actually like that. Yes. Luke Hayling's ace. Harry Kane given on the phonetic roll. Get in, he's in there, Warpiglet. I thought you were pushing a bit of a buck in there, but Junk Monkey Calvin Phillips as in Kelvin. Kelvin. Appreciate you 78 RPM. There's no buffering going in and on and over here. The piss song, shit, I'm a bit behind here. Right, it's happened again. Luke dropping bombs. Not given, it's gone to VAR. Luke dropping bombs. Our back three have been mint this season. Pirate, the sexy one, the Welsh wall rode on, and the bipolar bipolar be all. I love that, War Piglet. Calvin, what does that mean? What does that mean? Junk Monkey's in. David Weatherall, Red Bull. I wasn't given David Weatherall, even though I'd not seen it in the comments. I think Joe Depp, or it might not have been Joe Depp, but he's a sponsor of the scoreboard, so Joe Depp gets it anyway, but beat me to it. BMG was not willing to give me it, even though I'd not seen it. That's my only one I've come up with, I think. Although, no, I think I've come up with another, but I can't remember where I've been today, so never mind what I said 20 minutes ago. We need to keep the 3 centre-backs together, BMG, yes. With an addition, as always, that's what I'm saying. If there's a centre-back floating about, I also don't know what Bornau will want to do. I think Bornau's probably one of the players that we might move on. He's been actually all right, and he Bornau, but he's a big lump, isn't he? But he's been all right. Shout out to Julie in the wings, home from work. Yes, Julie. The power couple. We've got 2 power couples up in this bitch. Hear me now. Hear this, Ming. Jack and Brett are in charge of the group chat stuff. You know, setting it up and shit. I can do that, Ming. That's something that I am actually can influence. Yes, Lukey boy, appreciate you, man. Jack, in case you don't know, Kelvin is a temperature scale like Celsius. Got to be goal at night material, that then. That is creative. That's like in the 10 roll, isn't it? That's what we're craving for. Hats off. Hats off, Junk Monkey. Absolutely. Alex Ray is in Ray of Sunshine. You are my sunshine. It comes in waves, Jack, but the buffering is now significantly eased off. Yeah, I think I'm probably better off not resetting my computer, but I sometimes think the reset helps, sometimes think it doesn't. So, Brett, I'm tempted to book you, but in this era of controversy, I'll allow it. He's been very lenient night tonight for BMG. Howard Gale. Luke's Googling, says Brett. Ruthless. Winterbottom. What about my dude up top, Barry Ailes? Whoa. Anyone heard that Anthony Gordon to Bayern for 75 million? Surely not. That's about as likely as Summerville banging Jared Bowen's misses, I think. The Weather 11. Do you know what, Brett? We're gonna let that happen. No way, Luke. Is that actually true? That's legendary. Fairclough as in fair weather. Gomez gang probably pushing it a bit there, but I'm here for it. If you're allowed to Google it, is corrupt. I'll accept Dad shouting down answers. That's tremendous. But unless your dad's Googling it and then shouting down answers, but that's absolutely fine. But keep the grafters who's got us where we are. We can gradually blend in a few better quality players over time, but don't bring in a bunch of show ponies all at once. Spurs and Scum do that. It fails. There is no need for us to get ahead of ourselves, BMG. No. And really, the way the league's going as well, it is more robust anyway, so we don't need to change much of what we've done this year, other than It's obvious what we need. More of what we got, a couple more of them, and then a little sprinkle on top, a couple of risks. I'll let you spend 25, 30 million on a couple of risks this year. And then if we can get another I'll go with my best mate Longstaff. I'll go with players like that because I think Stack's been more effective and better than Longstaff. But I don't even want to set the bar at Stack. I think if we set it there, if we set it at Stack and Goodmanson and stuff, I think we might struggle to get them. But you can't keep doing that. It's very difficult to keep doing that. We've done well. But if we could get, somebody that can bolster the squad, 2 players that bolster the squad as good as Longstaff's done this season, and then you take a couple of risks going forward, and then maybe a couple of younger lads, I don't mind, having a look. But yeah, we don't want to be getting ahead of ourselves thinking that we can suddenly start changing the way we play. That's what I'm saying. That's what worries me about Elliott's at World and Curtis Jones, who gets about as Curtis Jones and stuff. And I don't think we'd attract them players anyway, but you don't want to get too far ahead of yourself. You could have one, but we can't afford any luxury players, can we? Okafor sort of is, and he started putting it in more lately, so Byram has as good as said he is going as he wants to play. No, I know 78 RPM. That's what I'm saying. You ask. Can I not ask the question? You ask them type of players the question, don't you? What do you want to do next season? We'll offer you a contract, another year extension. But if you want to go and play, go and play. Good on you. Off your fuck. Yes, we can take all. What is it, PGMOL or whatever, where they accept complaints. We'd have to have like an independent adjudicator, wouldn't we? Which should be tonight. It'd be Budweiser, but Fairclough's made it in. I've never known BMG be this lenient. Yes, Richard Todd, evening Jack. Sorry for the late intro into Mr. Leeds. If you're saying sorry for being late, fear not, Richard Todd. We appreciate you, brother. Longstaff has been an outstanding signing and starting to have a bigger impact game by game. He has never let the team down and never let the squad down, Jack. Yes, Richard Todd. And you know it. That's what I'm saying about him. You want players that just he's clearly not kicking up a stink. He actually, had it not been for his injury, I think he'd have featured even more so. And now he's coming back into he's had some massive moments, hasn't he, Longstaff? Brilliant signing. Alan Glazier, Dragon BJ666. Glazier's good stuff. BMG's got him in. Glazier's tremendous. I thought it sparked something, but it doesn't. In my opinion, the Spurs game was evidence of the corrupt reffing. 13 minutes added on, 2 more. Plus, he blew up as soon as we broke. The only surprise was that he didn't award the pen for Maddison's dive. I did think that were a daft tackle, BMG, but I do agree. I don't think it should have been given, but I do think it was silliness in box. But it is an interesting argument, really, to suggest, do the league want Spurs going down? And is there, it does get a bit worrying, really. I personally don't. I think there's enough money in the game. And I actually think that, the Premier League and stuff can make enough of a song and dance out of a team like Spurs going down to suggest that it's actually a good thing, that it shows how competitive the league is. And, I think they can juice it up in the hope that they come back. But I don't really think they'll want them to go. I don't think they'll want them to fall. Yes, Ming, that's totally fine then, brother. Ben Chilwell, great shout, Ming. BMG, sorry. I found Harold Heatwave and Arthur Lightning via Google. That is, BMG, I've got to say, that's booking. Bob Drizzle. Harold Heatwave and Arthur Lightning. He also brought Titanic down. The Underlap should be Leeds United content creator of the season, and you know it. War Piglet, we would never even get nominated, would we, forever such awards, forever such accolades. Who is staying up from the promoted teams next season? I think 3 more signings and a couple of fringe players pushing top half, but don't want Europe yet, question mark. So Paul, Richard Todd, do we want Europe next season? Are we ready for Europe next season? Like, for the season after? I just put lol, like I'm fucking sending a text. I didn't even laugh. I put lol as in like for the next season, but because I personally, I don't think there's any time like the present. If we could have got into Europe this year, we should have done. It's it don't work. They just manoeuvre. They just move the goalposts. It's you can't predict these things. Richard Todd, any team that comes up this season, unfortunately for them, are going straight back down. It's a guaranteed 6, 12. It's a guaranteed 18 points for every single club in it. Genuinely. So, you know, the 17 to first in league get given 18 points. It'd be the best way to go, really. Just let them just... Bye. The group will need to be set before next Friday, as I will need Jack's number on the Friday when I get down there. Have you got Twitter, Brett? Or Instagram? Or Ming's number? Barry Ailes, Richard Todd, I was all in. If Barry Ailes has been given, but if I've not even been granted Barry Ailes, then I need a VAR check on when I said it and when it came in the comments. I'm not saying you nicked it, Richard Todd, 'cause I certainly don't think you did. But I think there's an agenda BMG's got against me here. I'm not getting given out here. I think they'll go down unless West Ham stay up this year, in which case West Ham might drop next year. That is also a mint shout, BMG. If Spurs don't go down this season, the top 3 go down. If West Ham stay up and Spurs go down, there is a chance that... But I also think there's I know Brentford have been good this year, but there's teams like that can drop in, but not with them 3 teams. But West Ham have been that bad this season. Although you'd think they'd keep Bowen, they'd keep Summerville. You know, Summerville's been good towards the end of the season, even if they are banging the same woman. I still think they'd have too much. If it were them 3 teams, you just look at Wolves and Burnley this year, man. If it were them 3 teams that have come up and West Ham would be all right by now. I do believe. None of the promoted teams will stay up next season. Haven't got the financial wiggle room, and I genuinely don't think they've got a good enough basis. I know Coventry have been all right this season, but they weren't enough. And then the rest, I honestly think it's been a poor season championship. I know it's always really well competed and that, but it's not been like it's been even for 2 years we were in it. You know, it's a tough league. It's not. I'm certainly not saying it's not a tough league. It is. Yes, Red Bull Leeds United. Is that in terms of Mr. Whitesnake or Snakebite? Mr. Whitesnake, or do you mean Snakebite in terms of gauge? I love a snakebite. Jon Snow to commentate. Peter White. Have a word. Pick that out, as BMG would say. Big Jon Snow. McHale. What about Stephen McPhail? No, that didn't work. That didn't work. Why can't I say Antonio's first name? I'm trying to get the weather into it. That's what it is. And I know you're pushing for hail. I thought it was called Michael Antonio. But I thought it was Mikel Antonio, because then could get John Obi, Mikel in. When's it end? I mean, Mikel maybe not so. Mika, no. I'm wobbling about here. It's a burner. It burn when the fire's gonna burn. Again, I can't imagine that happening. War Piglet. I don't know Benjamin Bloom by any means, but I actually have watched him over the years. He's good, isn't he? Sambuca Absinthe sorts the men out from the boys. I don't hate Sambuca, but I don't like it. Absinthe certainly does separate the men from the boys, Gomez gang. But I'm a tequila man if I have to pick a shot. But what I don't want to be doing is, a series of shots on a Thursday night. Because, I will do it if I have to, if I simply must. But I will be a write-off and I'll probably get myself in a lot of trouble. Find me a good loser and I'll show you a cockwomble. Yes, 78 RPM. An absolute crumbler, mate. Crumbler. Benjamin Bloom does collabs with Mr. Narcissist. Yes, indeed, he does, Cletus. Be wary because AO's a spy now for the narcissist. So, Mr. Narcissist. Johnny Howson. Love it. Yes, Red Bull Leeds. Get Howson in. We'll take Solano for Sol, which probably means sun in some language. Get up. Does Sol mean sun? Yes, Sol is a Latin word for sun. So not only is it language, it's Latin as well. And if you're fucking into Latin, if you know Latin like I do, then you're damn intelligent. Nobby Solano. Get up. I was joking, by the way. I obviously know zero. Pepe Reina's a brilliant one. I thought I can't. There's also. Oh no, I think that's my old teacher, Mrs. Rayner. Us happy clappers need the voice of reason for fairness and mentality. Jack is the man. Appreciate you, Mr. War Piglet. Nobody do it how you does it. Appreciate, man. Given after quick VAR check, Johnny Howson's in, and of course Sonny Howson then. Johnny Howson's in. Claudio Canigia. Is that the dude from Madrid? Oh no, he's not. Who am I on about there then? It's an old Argentine footballer. Who's that young dude that plays for Madrid? Real Madrid. I thought it was called like Canigia or something. It's called. Oh, I might have fucked this up, big style. Canigia. I thought it were. Camavinga I'm on about, yeah. Apologies. Nothing to do with weather. BMG's corrupt, mate. Corrupt Joe Depp. Farkeras tend to stick with a winning or not losing team. Longstaff, for instance, got injured and would have otherwise stayed in the team, but then hasn't been able to get back in since becoming fit. And I think the players can deal with that, BMG. I don't think there's major issue with that amongst the players. I think they all know they will get their chance. And I think many of them, I got in shit for this in Championship when we was on about defend, bringing... When does Struitt get back in? When does Rodon get back in? And I said these things normally work themselves out. And we've actually been quite, I would say, overall lucky with injuries this season, particularly to big players. These things normally work. They normally work themselves out because somebody picks up an injury, or there's a little bit of rotation needed, or there's 2 games in 4 days, so it seems different. Oh, I'm letting flies in. I'm going to have to shut window in a minute. So, yeah, but I agree, BMG. So, I think he'd have probably thought, thunk that he'd have got more game time than he did, trying to get back from his injury. But it was hard, and like Tanaka came into a real decent, rich vein of form, didn't he? And, banged a couple of goals in a couple of games and stuff. So, it's hard then to drop him. So, and then you're losing team ethic, aren't you, by dropping players that don't necessarily deserve. And Longstaff's not that good, where it's like, have to have him in. It's not like, he's not that good where you have to have him in. So you do, that's when the rotation well, that's when he's not good enough to have to come in. Or do you keep saying the same thing? Only some blinkered Leeds fans don't rate Farker now. It's what more could he have done? 78 RPM, semi-finals, and a fucking potentially a 10th in league finish. Ray Clements is in a ray of sunshine. Alan Clark, I can guarantee that'll pass the acid test, my brother. I'm going in half an hour, so yes, Jack, set up the group chat for the 24th. Happy to be in it, JCC. Yeah, baby. Get up, I shall do, Ming. If you want to be in the group chat, you need to either contact me. It needs to be on Twitter, really, because that's the only way that we can have a private. The only other way is doing it, and I'm not trying to get people to become members, but if most of you guys are members, and I could put like a post on that where you just put your numbers in, I think. I wonder if I can set up like I'm not sure. But Twitter's the easiest way, or Instagram or something. You can just DM me. I'll work out a way, Ming. Ray Clements will take, arguably also counts as inclement weather if you want to risk a card. What's inclement weather? That's risky. Paul Rainey gets up to 78 RPM. Toast is where we're watching the match, I believe. Yes, Joe Depp, yeah. So I mean, food's coming out at half time, which drives me crazy, to be fair. I can't stand eating at half time. It does my fucking head in, but I'll probably need the food in the belly, to be fair. So can see Dr. Farker doing a few years at Leeds. Absolutely, War Piglet. Depends how we start next season, doesn't it? Because obviously, you know, it's a results game, innit? And if a few results go against us, he'll get the chop, won't he? But I can see him staying here for a couple more years for certain. Joe Depp, you should know by now that asking for a card for me is an automatic yellow for you. There is no mercy. Paul Reaney's Leeds as well, though. For me, Bornau has done what we've needed, but a fairly obvious move would be to Offenheim and get Docky on a free. You're in on this Docky, BMG. I think a couple of frees will come floating in. Sam Allardyce, dangerous War Piglet, but I like that. What BMG's letting him in. Also made me laugh with that 5 or 10 or whatever it was that time. Sam Allardyce is like a... Sam Allardyce, isn't he? Tony Gale. I think, did we have Tony Gale? Oh, we've got Tony Gale, yeah. But good stuff, Gomez gang. Michael Gray's in a grey day. I'm giving it. Giving your own ones, I see, BMG. Is the real BMG online? I thought I'd be having an early bath, my G. My G. Get up, my G. Come on, BMG. You can't be that hard. He's been very lenient tonight, Joe Depp, to be fair. I'm going to do that in pub. All next weekend, I'm going to be like that. I'm going to have real individual chats with everybody like this. And I'm going to look in everybody in the eye like that. Yes, my G. Come on, BMG. It's dissent. It's a flailing of the arms, and it's aggressive. You've tried to have a manly conversation close up, the cover of the mouth, and then a flailing of the arms. Come on, BMG. That's what that is, isn't it? And that is, you know, that's... You get away with it in Italian league. I can't remember what... I can't... No. Not La Liga. Serie A. Fucking hell, honest to God. As always, we appreciate you, BMG. You're as bad as the ref as the other week. You gave me a yellow earlier, automatic one for whatever. I think you start off on a yellow though, don't you, Joe Depp, to be fair? Off you go then. Get up. No, Joe Depp. I'm defending Joe Depp. He's got to stay on the yellow. He's on an orange.
I agree on not wanting luxury players. Physicality, hard graft, attitude is what we need for the gradual infusion of flair. We're set up nicely to do that. And when there's motherfuckers that come in like Rafinha in world, and you know, I'm not comparing Okafor to Rafinha, but who has done the hard yards, Rafinha really did both, didn't he? The one thing one thing I'd give Rafinha, he gave us plenty, didn't he? But he gave us plenty more than just hard graft, but he also did the hard yards, didn't he? He got about, and he still does. That is who he is in his nature. So there is them flair players that don't just go, oh, but I'm a ball player. Give me ball, I'm a ball player. Like, yeah, well, we all are. So fucking pull your finger out your ass and put a shift in for us. Noah Siddiqui, as in Noah's Ark, as in the Great Flood. Well, I don't know how that'll go down. I love that, Brett, but I'm not sure how BMG will take that. One more red BMG and the match is stopped. Can you imagine, Joe Depp? Not enough players on the field. Bobby Charlton, because his daughter did the weather on BBC. Fuck me. I love that, BMG, and you're the leader, so fuck him. Do Ampadu throw in stats increasing assists when he uses a purple towel to dry the ball? Every little helps. I don't want to get superstitious more, Piglet. I've never actually noticed. Does he use different colour towels? Because if he does, he needs to work out which towel. And there's many different... I don't know why I'm looking around here for a towel, but... You know, look at the texture of the scarves. Different textures, different... You know, if you're trying to... You know a towel, you can get them rough sort of seaside towels, can't you, that are designed for a bit more... They're a bit more rustic. They maybe get into the skin a bit more, into the flavour of the ball, you know, open that ball up. It's like a cricket player rubbing his nutsack in it with the ball. Rubbing his ball with the balls. Or rubbing his balls with the ball, rather. And then you've got your soft towel that maybe looks after the ball a little bit more. Worships the ball or whatever that fucking idiot said. What did he say? Razania, or whatever he was called. Liam Razania. What did he say? He said something like respecting the ball. You know, that towel sort of respects the ball a little bit more. It's all about textures. I know how to take a long throw. Or... I was going to try and make a joke and now I'm worried that people think I can take a long throw. I can't throw the ball. I could not throw the ball to the camera. I could throw it to the camera I could touch the camera. I mean, it doesn't look like it now, but you know what I'm saying. I can't throw the ball long, but what I do know is the right textured towel gets you there. I thought it was a push, Brett. But by hell, that was a storm, wasn't it? Is that a controversial comment, AO? Players like Harvey Elliott, again, you'd have to take a bit of a risk on. Harvey Elliott's good at football, isn't he? That can't be argued. And he's been at a top club with some top managers, hasn't he? But, you know, when they do say these players come into play, you know, the statement that they all make, well, he's signed to play. Players like Harvey Elliott would demand 90 minutes. And to be fair, sort of half right. So, what about Harvey Elliott as in harvest? As in harvest crops due to the seasons? The harvest Elliott. Or the harvester. Maybe... Has anyone seen the Let's Get Sterling crew? Where they are? To be fair, Ming, I got a little bit Sterling here at the start of the season. When it spoke about, I thought, oh, when there wasn't much happening, I'd take Sterling in just because he's won something in his life. By the way, lads and lasses, we're running a bit short of 11, so any suggestions welcome. I do have loads wrote down, BMG, so
Because there's been I get in the actual in my vids. I'd have to find them. But there's some mint. Late bloomer 11, players with body parts in the name 11, the world 11, Premier First Division. I'm not sure that. Sometimes I write them down. I'm pissed up. That's the only problem. But I've got I do have loads wrote down. Most disliked 11. I think we've sort of done that. But I've got loads. I'll have to go through my notes and find them. BMG. But I do appreciate you for coming up with all ideas, man. It's Brett's getting a three match ban and fucking and can't get his wanted 11 across the line either. Paul Brett, the fact he sticks with us is tremendous. He's a Sunderland fan and he sticks with us regardless. And we're going to make him Leeds next Sunday, so because we all love Leeds. Are we ready for Europe next season? 19 votes. Yes, 53%. It's one vote. A one vote for no would make it fiddy. Allergic to trophies, 78 RPM. It's quite literally the best way of putting it, my G. We started saying my G, by the way, now, boys. It is an allergy to trophies, man. It's a redonkadonk. It's a ridiculous. It's worthy of ridicule, my man. 10% less spenders in the window with Europe. 10% less spenders in the window with Europe. I feel like that's the start of a rap, War Piglet. You said you were running short of the goalpost move. No, BMG means in terms of like 11s moving forward, Brett. Just 11s. We've got shitloads. I was hoping to do one a week in pre-season one, and I don't think there'll be enough weeks. I think it'll spill over, which we're obviously absolutely fine with. If we make Europe, the board just needs to invest appropriately. Yes, Ian Jackson, they will have. I do think they'll have been looking. It's obviously a lot easier. I would imagine. I'm not a chairman of a football club or, on the board or the fucking financial advisor for by any means necessary. Because I'd just be like, spend, put it on fucking credit card and go for it. No, I wouldn't do that. Even if somebody give me the money, I'd be like, no, come on, let's think. But regardless, it's obviously a lot easier when you know you're going to get, if you're in a semi-finals at FA Cup and you think you might get into Europe and we're 10th in league, we're safe. I think they can then set the bar and go, well, we're going to be trying to push for Europe anyway, but we might have this extra, pot of money, pot of gold, or even just the player pull. So you start looking into different pools of players, don't you? To be fair, Lockie speaks a lot about that. Or not a lot. I'm not saying Lockie speaks a lot about. I'm not putting words in his mouth, but Lockie speaks a lot about. I've just said it again. But I just mean he speaks, about looking at certain players. He did a list when we're either coming up into Premier League, but we didn't make it up, or we were staying down at Championship. And like players like Tanaka was in the I don't give a fuck whether we go up or we stay down. We try and get that player, and so that they'll be looking at potential. We're looking to push into Europe. I just mean if you're 10th in league and you're in the semi-finals at FA Cup, you're safe. You might get into Europe. I think you can blag to players that we're pushing for Europe. It's like we nearly got in there in 10th because that's how many teams, what is it, 7 or 8 teams get into Europe now. So you're already sort of on the push for it. And then we're in an FA Cup semi-final, so that's another way in. Bolton have gone through them. What score in end? But yeah, do you know what I mean, Ian? So they just sort of move the goalposts a bit and just go, well, you just start looking for different. I don't even know if you're looking for different players. You just maybe got a bit more to invest, or again, really, even in Europe, because if you're talking about maybe, next year if we were to get in sort of Conference League or something, I don't think we have to particularly change what we're doing now. I don't think Europe's any better than the Premier League's. Conference League is not any better. I mean, not the Champions League. It's obviously an unbelievable standard, but even in the Champions League, there's teams that are not. If we were, I don't know, if we were in Holland, in Dutch league, in Eredivisie or whatever it's called, we'd probably be pushing for, even at Italian league, we'd probably be, the season we've had, we'd have got a lot more wins, wouldn't we? We'd probably be 6th, 7th in league, some really poor teams. I'm not, to be fair, I'm not saying that the teams are poor in foreign leagues. I just mean the level of competition that we're at. I think if you're 14th, 15th in the league, look at Crystal Palace. They've had a poor league season, but they've been all right, and they're on the same points as us, even though people would suggest that they've had somehow a better season than us, or we've underachieved, but they're all right. Fuck knows what everybody's on about, even though we battered them. Yeah, there's like they've done well in Europe, so it's. I've lost my train of thought, but yeah, we're not 100 miles away from. I'm not saying we'd win the Conference League or all, but I just mean if you got a few more long staffs and a few more stacks and Beals and solid players, and then you add some sauce and you let the reins off Tanaka a little bit and give him, let him go, let him move forward. Tanaka wants to get on ball, doesn't he? If we get more ball players, I just don't want it to end up. I don't want it to end up Tanaka heavy, and then we can't go back to being Tanaka heavy. Sounds like a diss to Tanaka. I'm going off on a wild tangent here. I don't want to lose from the midfield. Ampadu, Stack, Longstaff, even Gruev, like that style of like Nads. And it's not that Tanaka doesn't have that because he gets himself about, but he doesn't. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to keep moving. We've gone too far. I have no social media or Ming's number, but I can give you my email address, Jack. I can send that. Yeah, Brett, that's a good shout. On my info on my channel, my email will be on there. So email me it. Email me. That's the best way. I'd be fairly happy to hover around mid-table next season as long as we don't have a terrible run of form that makes us fans shit ourselves. Basically do what Sunderland or Brentford have done. If we get off to a better start next season, though, BMG, I don't think anybody will be forgiving of us. If we started like Sunderland and then we fell off, well, forgive me, Brett, potentially like Sunderland did. I don't think the fans would forgive that. I think we're better off sort of. The season couldn't have gone much better really in terms of fan base and for Farker. I just think we turned a couple of corners and then people had to shut up about him. The rumblings had started. That's what I'm saying. And we're finishing the season well. If the rumblings had started, if we'd have started really well and the rumblings start and then we sort of drift away, the rumblings would have never stopped. All these goons would have kept banging on about how shit Farker was right to end of the season, but they've had no choice now. We had the rumbling, we came through it, and then they couldn't argue with us for 25 games or whatever the run that we've been on is. So they just had to shut up. Understood, Mingy. I won't do it obviously on here, but yeah, I've got you, man. McPhail is given might actually be goal of the match contender. McPhail, I can't remember. Oh, it's Hale, innit? McPhail. I've got you, yeah, that was mine. I've got one. Fucking got one in there. Tell your owl to take the mail to Oval. Yes, War Piglet. That is the one way we can all drop the number off. I'd take Hugo Bueno as a backup left back. Would you guys take Rico Henry on a free? On a free, I'd take a bag of sand on a free. How son? Yes, Ira.
Mrs. Whitesnake in the building. Another one of the power couples. El Haj Juf spitting everyone. It's everyone in it spitting. Love it. Getting risky there, but Mr. Ex Valencia, I'd have to take your word on that, Junk Monkey, to be fair. I feel like I'm going to know this player, though. I do know this player, yes, indeed. Real Madrid. Youngster. It's good stuff, is that, Junk Monkey? That's contender, I think. Gotta go, crew. Be in touch soon, Jack. By the way, MVG is not called legendary for nothing, and you know it, Mingy. Take it easy, big man. Appreciate you, dude. Thanks at Super Chat, man. You're a ledge, mate. I don't think Farker will tolerate players having a strop for not being picked or being subbed. 100% BMG. It's, I don't think, and also I don't think he minds a bit of a kick-off and a bit of a strop, a bit of a mood throw, a bit of a tantrum. But I think when it goes on any longer than it has to, or if you're kicking up a stink, there's a difference in the kicking off. You know, I don't like Alex Ferguson by any stretch of imagination, but he used to say about Ronaldo when he came off, and they were like booting bottles about, and it's like, it's not a problem, that really. Showing a bit of passion is not the problem, is it? It's when you turn up on Monday and you're in a mood, then you're sulking. Yes, Lukey boy, that's definitely the best way. My email being my thing. I don't know if I can type my email out, but I've also got my JackCity email, which you're more than welcome to message me on. But it should be in my info on the actual channel, I think. I don't know if I can type it out. I don't actually know what my City fucking email is. City Leeds fans, I now do. So my email is... Is that going to work? Sometimes it's proper fucking whack about letting it through. Did that go through, boys? Mingy getting the love. Enar in the wings, I might add as well. Yes, indeed. Enar and Mingy getting the love now. The live of the live. I think that's a nice play. It's a lovely through ball. Inclement generally describes severe, harsh or stormy weather that is unpleasantly cold, wet or windy. Loving that. Loving it, BMG. 78 RPM. Get the invite out to fucking Burt Reynolds. Get the invite out to Burt Reynolds, the dick slap. I'm going looking for him that weekend. I'm not fair. I don't want nobody come for me for the aggression. I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder and I'm going to say, stay in there, mate. Yes, 78 RPM. Oh, fucking Burt Reynolds. Syria. Yes, indeed. I got there in MBMG. Appreciate you. Biddly. Who dat dare? It's fucking Leeds, and don't you forget it. Yes, all boxed up. I actually like and don't you forget it. I've never used and don't you forget it, but I'm gonna try. Normally it takes me about 64 reminders before I start actually saying something like cock wombles. We got there and end with Spurs. And don't you forget it. Quite like and don't you forget it. Dr. Farkenstein building a monster, Dragon BJ. Love it. Waking up the sleeping giant. Plant them beans, Jack. Jack and the fucking beanstalk, my old mucker. Get up. Dr. Farkenstein. Love it. Yes, Brett Dragon. This weather 11 has been tough, but I think we'll find that we've got a decent squad. Absolutely, BMG. As long as my man Barry Hales has got in there. Yes, all boxed up. Appreciate you, brother. Salute to Andy for using all his alt accounts and thinking no one would notice. I don't know where... but Roger Slicker's not been dipped in, has he? I don't know what the alt accounts are. We've not scored from a long throw for ages. I can't remember the last time we scored from a corner. Did we not score? Was there not? There was a long throw. There was a long throw recently, BMG. All I can remember is fucking Ampadu just... Or was it just a big chance, maybe? Or did we get a penalty from it or something? the Spurs penalty wasn't a long throw, were it? I feel like we have. I feel like we have BMG. Just asking a question. Are we banning all Voldemort apprentices from the weekend out? We don't need another Southampton Spygate. There is nobody banned, including Lord Voldemort. He is more than welcome. Despite the fact he thinks that I dislike him. Like, personally, I don't dislike anybody. But, you know, we do things that people say, and this is not about Lord Voldemort. It's about many people. But things that people say in private, while giving out the guise that they're kind to everybody, I will say on here, while actually in reality being kind to people in real life. So that I would say that is the main difference between Di and I. I will, you know, just say stuff that I'd say in the pub. I don't think I've ever said anything that outrageous about anybody. I've tried to have a bit of a laugh. Voldemort used to piss me off, to be fair, but I don't watch it anymore, so it pisses me off significantly less. But a few of them have come for me about the fucking saying Voldemort. It's like, if you can't take a joke, you can't take a joke. If you can't take a joke, you should not be on the internet. If you're going to put your ugly mug on the old screen, like I've said before, somebody's going to say something about you eventually, and you have to, in my opinion, you have to take it on the chin, and you have to not be so serious about yourself. Pull your dick out your own ass and think, right, you got to take if this is the rough, they all these people get a lot of smooth. They all make a career out of this thing. They all get a lot of smooth. You got to take a little bit of the rough with it, and you know it. So swivel on that. Get up. Oh, what was that? I forgot what the line was. And don't you forget it. Yes, all boxed up. I'm so glad that we're not one of these wank teams who try to but succeed or sack their manager every month. We're really starting to act like a properly run club. Everybody bangs on about this, don't they, BMG? Everybody wants this, allegedly. Wants their manager in for a certain amount of time. And, you know, and then the fans call for these managers out. West Ham, look at them. Going down, wanted Moyes out. Won a Europe. Can you imagine if Farker did what Moyes has done this season? Like, if he does it in the coming seasons, I will be staunchly keep the man in. He's won as a fucking European title, Conference League, FA Cup semi-final season before, obviously this season. Get into Europe next season, get into Conference League next season, which I think is genuinely doable. I really do. We'd be laughing all the way to bank as well. Own goal 11. Jamie Carragher's straight in there, Joe Depp. We appreciate you, Lukey boy. What? If you've seen the Viz Profanosaurus, a good one is the Harvest Festivals, which is tight-fitting undies because all is safely gathered in. You got to hold them. I don't know what you're on about there, BMG, but you got to hold them testes close. The closer them testes are to your heart, the warmer they'll be. I don't know about the more useful they'll be. They might go quicker than the lady would want. But the closer they are to the heart, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, or whatever that phrase is. There's no need for bans, Brett. One, I don't like drinking. I was about to rebut that until I saw 2AO. So I'm going to say there's absolutely no obligation to drink. But then 2, I don't like socialising. There's no obligation to socialise, in fairness, but I would say if you came to an event where we're all meeting, you might have to socialise to some extent. I don't like socialising, which is a wild thing to... I actually don't. Sometimes I just do not want it. I don't want to talk to anyone. But 3, I'd have to rebut as well. Only half. If you're too far away, you're too far away. But you wouldn't be gate crashing, mate. And you'd wait until the opted moment
the perfect moment to drop your controversial comment at day and then you just leave. You'd be one of them that'd be like, and that's the controversial comment at day and you'd be out of there. I like the own goal 11. I also thought of the walking yellow or red card 11, which you would be in. Joe Depp makes it straight in there. Wear it like a badge, gates up. The black 11 from Premier, goalie to striker and manager. Can do that, not a problem. Peter White possibly too controversial, but I'd go for it. It's a reality, innit? I mean, there'd be plenty of players. There are a few oldies in here. On their behalf, I demand the clubs win as many and whatever trophies before we dismount our purchase. Well, I don't want you talking like that, 78 RPM, but I agree. Not with the sentiment that you're going to be dismounting your perch anytime soon, sir. But I don't want to go for much longer without winning a decent trophy. I want another parade, boy. First player from a given country to play in England 11 would be interesting. That is interesting, BMG. Get that wrote down, BMG. Play on words. The BMG sounds a lot like Brett's 11. It depends what in the Premier League though. But also we've not done that. There was the food, was it, or like name it, like the funny one. We need to do a funny one the week after or the couple of weeks after the season finishes. We'll do the I can't remember who were coming up with alt belters, but it were like, fish and chips, but you'd pick a player and you'd change it into that, the wordplay ones, but it has to be like food related or nature related. I'd be up for that. Players who played for loads of clubs 11. There's a lot for that. Forget the journey, not journeyman, but something like that. Yes, indeed. Like Jermaine Defoe played for loads of clubs, didn't he? The Brothers 11. Sean Longstaff straight in there. Joe Depp. You schlag. Family 11. Redknapp, Charlton. That's good, Joe Depp. I mean, Redknapp, you could slip over into a few more, couldn't you? I mean, Lampard, obviously, his dad as well, but aren't they related anyway, them two? Cruyff, their family, aren't they? Yeah, that's a good one to me. We need better than Tanaka, says 78 RPM. I'm inclined to agree. I quite like your tangent about the players we should keep. I'd keep everyone except the loanees and Peru, Byram, Cairns and Mez. I'd keep Cairns as well, BMG. Plus maybe DJ and Bornau. I'd keep Dan James. I think I can't see any reason why not to. And depending on what we do, if we end up with the centre-back, Bornau could move on. But we can then get in 7 upgrades. It'd do me. I'd keep Cairns. He seems to want to stay. And we were in that interview and he was saying about wanting to become a coach and stuff, and it's perfect for him. You're not going to find a better third keeper unless you do like with BMG. I'm sure we'll make the case for bringing one of youngsters through as the third keeper. But I think having players like Cairns who just know the role, know that they're coming in not to play, I think it's good stuff. I don't know, Jack, if a big club makes a decent offer for Tanaka, I think the 49ers will jump at making nice profit, but hopefully won't sell Tanaka. I agree. There'll be a couple of players go out that we won't be expecting this year. Ayo, seriously. And if somebody wants to take a punt on one of our bigger players like Stack or probably not Calvert-Lewin at this point, you hope Stack would want to stay really, but you just don't know what players want to do. Oh, it's been rescinded. That's what we love about BMG. He's ruthless with cards, and then he does also pull out. I don't know if on a regular basis, but certainly during the underlap he pulls out. A Wimbawe, which we can all agree is a tremendous YouTube name. All we have to do next season is be better than Coventry, Ipswich, Hull and a few others. Europe, piece of piss. Marching on together. A Wimbawe, a Wimbawe, a Wimbawe, a Wimbawe. Julie. Neary is in the building. The power couple ignites. Ooh, it's Julie Neary. Evening all. Has anyone ever used StubHub or Seat Picks? I'm seeing tickets for the Brighton game costing from around 160, but I don't want to get ripped off. Julie Neary, this is a serious topic that I'm fallen into making fun of. It wasn't, I'm not falling. StubHub, I believe, I'm not sure about Seat Picks. StubHub, I believe, is legitimate, innit? I don't think they allow dodgy tickets on there. However, it's such a shame it's coming up. Well, it's not a shame it's coming up for the last game, but I just know that these I can normally get them in West Stand and stuff, like too, because I want you sat together, obviously. The StubHub ones, I don't want to talk for it. I've never bought off StubHub, by the way, but I do believe StubHub is normally. Oh, no, StubHub's legitimate. I'm not sure about Seat Picks. But I am in touch with Mr. War Piglet. So honestly, if they do come up, and it could be on Saturday. Do you know what I mean? I'm off to a barbecue with a lad, Steve, that sorts me out loads of tickets out all the time. And but as I say, they're normally like these Danish lads, and I can't remember where else they're from, but like just around Europe. So a lot of time they don't go to games, so they've got tickets and they don't go. So I'll ask Julie Neary, but I won't rule out StubHub. But it's fucking shit when you get to pay 160 quid. That's the only thing. But there's an argument to sell Tanaka if we get top dollar, but I don't think we will. Do you think Tanaka or even Nonto would want to go? I think Nonto might want to go, Joe Depp. Yeah. I don't know if Tanaka would want to go. It depends what club comes in, doesn't it? It depends what they want to do. I mean, Nonto's been here a while now. Whether that's a good or a bad thing in terms of, he might want a fresh start himself. He's been pushed right down pecking order, hasn't he? So, as well as staying and developing next season, Dr. Farker and the medics need something to aim for, which would be the Euro Conference League, which is an incentive. Yes, Malcolm Bell. And it's achievable is the Conference League, isn't it? We're not a million miles away from it now. We know the results we could have picked up. Having said that, the results that we didn't pick up, we picked up against Scum away that we probably won't get next year, probably won't get for 10 years. Chelsea away, pulled it back, beat them at home, drew with Scum at home, drew with Liverpool twice. You know what I mean? So that, there's 10 points there, but it's whether you want them big moments, the Fulham, Goodmanson top bin. You'd rather, point there, threw it away a bit against Villa, threw it away against Spurs at Argaff. We played well. Burnley, we were shit. Notts Forest in the first game was shit, but then slapped them up. So it's yin and a yang, innit? Smash those like guys and gals. You know it, War Piglet. We're on 64. We know we've got 40 in room, and we know we're on that rotisserie. Appreciate you, War Piglet. Email sent after proving I was not a robot, so I can't be a burner. Yes, 78 RPM. Appreciate you, brother. Get up, my man. I will check that immediately after. I think Ampadu and Stack are top-notch midfield, and the rest are good, but not as good. I agree. If we could get in someone like Odegaard or Rice or Fernandez to go with them two, it would be mint. Well, that'd be, fuck Fernandez, but you would take him. But, I actually think Rice is a little bit overrated, but in terms of coming to Leeds United, I'd be ripping someone's dick off for that. Not someone's dick, but 60% say we are ready for Europe next season. Get up. Ampadu was only 7 million, so there must be another forgotten player out there who can rescue us from obscurity. they just when we're dropping into Championship though, it's less risky in it. BMG. Ampadu's always going to be decent. Mint signing really at Championship level, isn't he? And then he's made the step up. Odegaard and Rice are massively overrated. I actually agree, Brett, but I do think they're also better than. I do think they're also, I think they're overrated on world level. I think people banging on about Rice like he's Zidane is insane to me, but and Odegaard isn't as good as I could name so many players before I got to Odegaard, but they're still better than. But they're still very, 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 very good. Stack is a new Prem poster boy. Rice is yesterday's papers. Matt, get up, War Piglet. Love it. New poll. What we're polling. Voldemort has actually backed Farker for next season, which is more than I can say for some creators. Well, he's seen the light. 78 RPM. It'd be hard push not to though. The comments will have gone towards Dr. Farker, and that is why he will have moved that way. But he will change his mind at the drop of a hat, let me tell you. You're right, we did score from a long throw. Was it DCL's tapping after Tanaka's shot versus Burnley? I can't remember the fucking Burnley game. Yes, I do believe, though. I do believe that was a long throw, yes. But I feel even before that as well. Yes, Roger Slicker. Getting caught up on David O'Leary, Aronson interview and Cairns and Byram interview. George Graham seemed a slave driver. A slave driver? Welcome though, Roger Slicker. As if by magic he's in this building. Dan Sleet, a coach and manager in English non-league football, notably associated with Bracknell Town and later becoming the manager of Maiden FC in North Wales. That is a Google. That is a Google, BMG, and we're here for it. Dan Sleet, Bo Storm. We're making them up now. Dan Sleet and Bo Storm. People just smile. I shit my pants in the middle of Aldi. I only went in for a fucking Garibaldi. A chicken balti. I don't know what you mean, but I wimble away, but we love your name. Joe Depp with a scream of the Bo Storm. Voldemort and Leeds Therapy get their stool pigeons, psychopaths, and minions attacking with a... Basically, they can't take a joke. I actually think Voldemort could take a joke. There's no way on God's earth Leeds Therapy can take a joke. He probably can take a joke if he's the one creating the joke, but if anybody stands up to the joke maker, I think they crumble at the first hurdle. Only rule we need is no hands on Jack's shoulder, and you know it, 78 RPM. But there's an easy remedy. It's get your hand off my shoulder, mate, and we simply move with the... It's staying there. It's staying there. Storm Jonas. This is Daylight Robbie, this BMG. This is Google. You become a Google machine. A South African former Kaiser Chiefs under-19s. Kaiser Chiefs the band. I predict a riot. Who joined Portuguese side Estoril Parai in 2022. Yes, Roller Blunt. I've dropped my fiddler. Evening all, never in doubt. Dr. Farker and the medics on the European charge. Give them 150 mil and watch us cut. Great recruitment, great management, outstanding medic team. Get up the Badgers, Roller Blunt. What a welcome. What a warm welcome for the Roller Blunt there. And you know it. Swivel on that. Suck on that. Oh, I forgot what the line was. Bastard, I forgot what the line was. I can see us getting 3 points next and losing accidentally on purpose to West Ham. Laugh at Spurs going down. Roller Blunt. I never want us to lose a game of football, but if Spurs go down, I'll get over it pretty quick. I must say, Jack, I don't know if you're just an optimist, but you've pretty much had faith in Farker and in us staying up the whole season. Fair play. Thank you, BMG. I do feel slightly vindicated, and I can honestly put my hand on my heart and say I do my very, very best to tell the absolute truth on this channel at all moments, or what I believe. I don't try and go with anything ever. I swear on my life. I just try and say whatever I think. And I definitely know that I definitely lean on the side of loyalty. I know that. But there would have been a moment when a bit tits up, had Farker not started to turn the corner, which he massively did, I would have started to say, we need to look at doing something here. I swear on my life I would have done. But the moment for me didn't come. And I swear on my life, when it does, or if it had have done, I would. I'm not going to be optimistic forever, but while ever I felt it was decent, when we got beat to Notts Forest, I was in Boozer with our kid and current Mrs. City, Nikita Love, and Lance, who'd actually fucked off, I think gone home because he rung over, which is ridiculous. It was his birthday weekend, ridiculous. But regardless, he's got a habit of doing that lately. I said to my brother at full time, it's not good, this is it. And I know that seems like nothing, but that's, it's not good, this is it. It's getting towards being bad. And then we actually got beat to Villa, but we played well in that game. And then I think it was the Man City game that I know it went tits up in the end, but we'd shown enough. And then we turned. So, yes. Can't believe World Cup next month. Is anybody going? I'm definitely not going. Roger Sakai actually forgot it World Cup. I can't believe it myself. Argentina 11, one country 11 who played in the Prem. The bald 11 at Wimber Way. Nomadic is the term I was looking for. Nomadic. Nomadic describes a lifestyle of moving from place to place rather than setting in one location. Yes, on that journeyman hype, BMG. Sister Sledge's family in, you know it. The player coach 11's a mint shout. Roller Blunt. We've talked about a slaphead 11. A slaphead 11's a fun one as well. If it means saving West Ham and relegating Spurs, we should send our youth team out for the last game of the season. And it's all for, it's not, you could deliver that with hold your hands up, don't you? And just go, look, we're looking to build for next season. Take it easy, Brett. Cheers, brother. Take it easy, man. Appreciate you. I don't think StubHub is. I know our kids bought, I don't know if it was through StubHub, but I just know boxing promoters go on about StubHub, so I do think that's legit. I think they'll give you your money back if they fuck you about with it. Yes, me, the power couple are in the building. We've got all the power couples in. In my 56 years supporting Leeds, we have won 12 trophies. Of not a quarter of those are the second tier and the Charity Shield. I demand more. Yes, 78 RPM. Get on that side of demanding stuff, demanding winning stuff. I wonder if Leeds buy on the back of a World Cup performance. We're due another Prolin or a JKA. That is certainly what we're looking to avoid in this window, Roger Slick. Dan James, in my opinion, is very likely to be injury prone from this point on. I agree. If his hammies go, he'll be half the player. I'd cash in now whilst we can. Remember, we could have got 15 million for Harrison and missed out. I don't know how much we'd get for D James now, truth be told, BMG, but I do err on the side of agreeing with you, to be honest. I'm not sure. I think it's quite a long way back for Dan James. It's a long time out now. Apologies, BMG. Ooh, sorry, BMG. She didn't. Mimi nearly set me off again. The 49ers will have had to add their scouting methodology in action for months. Look at their forward thinking with the players we got in and down the line have flourished. Big up the 49ers. The 49ers deserve loads of credit as well, all boxed up. My guy. You've seen the Spygate shite. Yes, indeed, I have, Roller Blunt. Southampton might get kicked out of playoffs. That won't happen, though, will it, Roller Blunt? But apparently Middlesbrough have been told to come back off holiday and get ready for Wembley. That won't happen, Roller Blunt. I can't ever imagine them getting away with that, but who gives a shit? It's fucking some being binoculars. Slow it down. Player coach 11 will be good, I agree. Second rule for the 24th, no singing. Excellent point, 78 RPM. Does make a big difference who comes in. I don't think Nonto leaves, but Pascal, James, Peru, and all, be honest, I think Stack goes to a Champions League club. I don't like it, but his level's above. I think we might get another year out of Stack, and if he performs again, which he will, he seems like that type of player. He's got enough for both sides of his game to continue his form. But I do think somebody might come sniffing round him a bit. I hope most of our players accept that they have to fight for their place and don't sulk if they don't play. Most of the squad has played a part this season. They've all had significant amounts of minutes, BMG. I agree, my G. Well, Farker proved he can hack it in the Premier League with backing. Does he progress or regress from now on? Roger Slicker, are you getting soft to Dr. Farker? Made me smile so much. Apparently the Lions slept this week. Sing a game, please. Thank you very much, a win boy. A win boy. A win boy. I really don't want to lose Pascal. I don't. And if we did, I'd want a huge fee. One really good season. It could be worth 50 mil. Especially since he's left-footed. Everybody bangs on about his left-footed centre-backs, don't the BMG. But I think he's solid as a rock this season. I think it'd be mad to get rid of him, really, unless, like you say, some dummy money comes in. You know, again, it's better the devil, you know. He's a big, strong lad. He's proved it up against every single striker all season. He's been a mainstay for us, hasn't he? He's been awesome. BMG. There's been a pitch invader. I don't think he'll appreciate it, to be fair. He'll do exactly the same again next season. George Graham delegated to O'Leary, sending him up to Scotland, then next day down to London. It did him a lot of favours though, didn't he? I got mildly obsessed with our last transfer window. I'm hoping to have a bit more chilled this time. He's fucking hell, yeah. Depends if Joe's back, doesn't it? If Joe's back, it'll be a wild summer again. I got a bit pissed off with Paulie's therapy. He tried to claim that he'd never been Fark out, which he was crazy talk, man. I called him out and he doubled down instead of just admitting he was wrong. It's also not wrong, is it? Do you know what I mean, BMG? It doesn't make you wrong. I don't know why people get so butthurt, you know, by saying stuff about players or managers or whatever. It's like, you're not wrong. Well, I mean, it is wrong. But you'd have to lie. You just go, oh, fucking hell, like, yeah, mint. It didn't, you know, I've said so. I can't think of, try to think of a player that I didn't think were great that ended up coming good. I remember Joe, Mr. Wayne, and he said that Summerville want about it. Joe wouldn't deny that now, would he? Or even at the time when we were minting championship, he was like, oh, I didn't think you were at it. He is. He's mint. Do you know what I mean? He also said he was a better left back than Firpo. You're allowed to say stuff and then go, well, Firpo was a legend at the club in the end, you know, a current sort of standing legend. Even Longstaff, says Roger Slicker. I know you're on wind up. You're not getting it at me. I've spoke about Longstaff enough today. And don't you forget it. That's what I'm saying. That's the madness. I forgot it. And don't you forget it, all boxed up. I'll need you to remind me every couple of days, though, all boxed up. If you keep slapping it in comments, it'll become second nature to me and I'll never stop saying it. Appreciate you all boxed up and don't you forget it. Can't be a rebel. Well, I'm PJMOL and I'm not having you stand down, BMG. No chance. Kaiser Chief will Radaby's team. That's where the band got their name from. Is that actually true, Peter Wyatt? I did not know that. That's a madness. If we could get Yakubu, it would be Minter. Proper mint. Yakubu. I'm joking. I joke. I kid. I need a piss, boys. I stuck with Farker as I still have nightmares remembering the last manager we sacked too early. Bielsa, yes, 78 RPM. It was in the back of my head. I thought, I don't want to go down this fucking Jesse Marsh hype again. Claiming that he only said something has to change. All right. And what was the something that you implied? Which he did say, but then said that Farker must go. They all said it. That guy that, I don't know his name to be fair, but that goes through them all about the hypocrisy, which I don't know if I've ended up on one of his videos or not, to be fair. I may very well have done. And again, if I end up on there, I'm happy. Couldn't care less. But they all said it. All of them. They were all, get him out. It's a madness. Paul Lee's therapy blocked me. He wanted Leeds out of the FA Cup at first hurdle. I was amazed with his attitude. Then when Leeds make it to the semi-finals, he's suddenly on board. He said, what a wonderful world to live in, Roger Slicker. Honest to God. Goon. Under 12s training tonight for West Ham. A win, Bowen. Well, gents, it's a good night from me and good night from him. All the best, guys, girls, and Jack. Appreciate you, Joe Depp. Appreciate you very much, my brother. You're a legend, mate. A proud sponsor of the scoreboard. I admit that I was very close to Farker out after the first Villa game. And to be fair, we were playing shit with no sign of improvement. The way he turned it round was actually incredible. That's when I started to have my wobble, BMG, also. That's when I think that around that time I thought, ooh. But then we just showed enough against Villa and we just showed enough against Man City to keep me on board. Did you do a polo goes down? I did not, Roger Slicker, but we will do that. We will do that. But for tonight, I am signing out, boys. I've got work in the morning, and I need to sleep. I had a couple of beers. I need to sleep. Biol's been amazing in that back three, BMG. Amazing. Amaze balls. No way Stack goes. The 49ers will seem as an asset. Well, he definitely he will have another good season. Will Stack? He's of the he's not going to fall off in Stack. That's what I mean. He's got both sides of his game. He's physical, and he's mint. He's a baller. So he's got both sides. But I'm going to do one, boys. I'm going to literally piss my pants. Dr. Curus in the wings there. Phone is on 9%. After but cheers, BMG. Thank you for all your work, man. Appreciate you. Yes, Peter White. Appreciate you, brother. A Wimbowe with one hell of a name. We won't milk the name, but Abaya, Wimbowe. Shout out to MVG. If we could all smash some love in the chat. Because I'm not sure. I think BMG's been doing other things tonight. MVG's had some. The legendary MVG, who is honestly a day daughter and a ledge. It was legendary. He's 1, 2, 3 is MVG. So give him some love on any channel you see him on. I'm not just saying you don't have to come onto my thing. I'm not certainly not searching for comments on the video afterwards, but do if you do see legendary MVG in a chat, give him some love. He needs the Leeds fam right now, that is for certain, and he's a proper decent bloke. So yeah, if you could give him some love when you see him, do so. Enar in the wings, appreciate you, my man. Alan Clark, and don't you forget it all boxed up. Appreciate you, Alan Clark. Luke AO. Roger Slick, BMG again for your hard work. 78 RPM. Peter White. Joe Depp, I think, has left the building. Mimi, Roller, Blunt, War, Piglet, Julie Neary. You're all the West Coast Warlords. You've got AO. I've had AO in the building. Appreciate you, 78 RPM. You're a legend, mate. Get off my shoulder, mate. In a bit, everybody. Bye. Goodbye. Goodbye. Shout out to Ming as well. I nearly forgot about Ming then, poor lad. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is.
Boom.